Well, welcome in. I know it ends very quickly. We noticed.
You almost caught me dancing.
Welcome people into our pop-up. As I told Larry earlier, we haven't talked in a while, and Wednesday we started talking in our other live on travel, and notice people have a lot to say about it because there is a lot going on. So what better way to do it than talk amongst us? So I have the link in the chat. Anyone wants to come up and add to the conversation would be great. But Larry, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And why don't we just start this by why don't you talk a little bit about your channel here so we can get to know you if people are new to you.
So my name's Larry, as you can see. My channel name's Plum Travelers. It's a channel with me and my wife, Ananda. I was starting out as a travel channel. I was going to get right back into traveling because we haven't traveled for a while. But anyway, so our channel's all about travel. And the main core idea of our channel is just to inspire others that have disabilities to get out there and travel. Like there's a lot of people around the world that have disabilities and they're discouraged thinking they can't travel around the world. And so we want to go in there because both my wife and I are both on disability. We have disabilities and stuff. And we just want to show that it's still possible that, you know, even though you have disabilities, doesn't mean you can't travel. And I'm passionate about travel, so I want to get out there. So with this funky little C word going on, I haven't been able to get much travel content out there, but I still got a little bit on my channel. So as soon as everything opens up, like cruising and stuff, because we got 2 cruises booked for 2022, that's when we'll have some new travel content coming out. Plus, I'm actually right in the middle of planning a road trip from Canada down to New Mexico for my daughter's wedding in April of 2022. So
that should be exciting.
Yeah.
And Larry, when you have a chance, if you want to throw your link into the chat.
Yep, sure.
It's easier than me doing it from this end.
That's right, yeah.
I see Blaine's out there. I guess our little froggy scared him. Sorry about that, Blaine.
Blaine, you're not afraid of froggies now, are you?
We hear those every night outside.
Same here.
Yeah, people used to think it was crickets and it's just frogs. Yeah. You have ponds near you?
Well, because I live on the forest edge where I live in the park here. And we hear crickets, obviously. But then, we have big, huge bullfrog. Like, oh, they're loud.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind them. I love them.
Oh, I do too. I've gotten used to them. They actually lull me to sleep. Almost like a
You like frogs?
I know. That's a surprise, right?
Wow.
Get us going now, I guess.
It's cool out there. What's the temperature in Canada?
Nancy wants to know your temperature there.
It is. Let me check my temperature right now. It's pretty warm, actually. When am I thing here? Paul River weather. Here we go. It is. It's pretty slow when I'm on live feed here. So it is 40 or 50, feels like 45.
Okay.
Oh.
But now I'm Canadian, so I'm used to the cooler weather. So it's warm for me.
Well,
Right?
you're talking to a guy in New Hampshire, so I hear you.
Yeah, that's right. See? Yeah, I can shovel snow in my shorts as I've gotten pictures up on
that. That's funny. So a lot has happened, not just down here, which everyone's been waiting breathlessly for the cruise ports to open and traveling to start up in the U.S., but it looks like there's some cracks in the wall of maybe Canada not opening until next year. That may open earlier. So you want to share that with us?
So what I'm seeing is that they're changing their mind a lot, just like the CDC changes their mind.
Right. Yep.
There was talk that since CDC was relaxing some of the rules and all that kind of stuff, that you know what, maybe Canada will open up by then. That was a few rumors for the last few days. Well, then today I'm reading the news and all that kind of stuff, and now they're saying, yeah, it could be switched back to not until next year. Like it's just, but personally, I'm still going to go with the fact that I feel like everything's going to start up like they're saying in July. I truly feel that. I'm not a professional, and I'm just giving my own personal feeling on what I believe is going to happen.
You think that's going to happen in Canada too, or just the U.S.?
The Canada part, no. It's really hard because they like to change their mind a lot. That's what's happening up here.
Right.
They won't stick to one thing and saying, okay, we're going to do this, and they'll change, and which is quite frustrating. Like I said to you in an email to you, right?
Right.
It's frustrating. You don't know. You try to do your best on following everything you need to do, but then they're changing it and back and forth and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think really everything's going to be dependent on the on the U.S. cruises. I think once you see cruise out here, the Canadian government will probably be negotiating with the Alaska stuff and all that kind of stuff.
See, what I'm seeing really is that they'll say it just to try to make you feel like it is, but then they're holding back. But sometimes I like to think that it's, you know what, guys, here's a glimpse of what's going to happen.
Right.
Like, because we're not really privy to everything that's going on in the government, right? We don't get to hear all the behind the curtain of how they're making decisions, right? So
right.
All this decision making is changing and doing this and that, and then like Blaine just says, money talks. I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Welcome in Anthony Simone and also Tommy Dodson.
Hi, Tommy.
Let's see. This is good. Yeah. I haven't seen that acronym before. That's funny.
I love that, Blaine. I love that. Yeah, can't decide crap.
So if you want to include your Canada in there, you put, I guess, a C on the end, right? Can't decide Canadian crap.
Yeah.
They're all in the same shoes.
It's unbelievable. I was just reading about Norwegian Cruise Line. They had already announced that they were going to allow you to roam freely around the neighborhoods, to roam freely around the ports.
Right.
But now it seems like the CDC made a rule that you can't do that again, even though it was allowed before. Obviously, it was allowed because they made the decision to make an announcement. They're not going to make an announcement if it wasn't allowed. So, like I'm saying, they're changing their minds. Like, first they're allowing you to roam freely around the ports, and now they're taking that back again. Like, what gives?
Well, no. What happened was, it's funny. Like you said, it was like 48 hours this thing was changed. NCL came out with that saying they were going to allow it, and the full requirements for the test sailings hadn't come out yet. And I don't know if you've read that, because I was looking at that.
I haven't read the whole thing. That's a lot of wording to get into.
It's a lot. And one of them is that you cannot do that. So now all of a sudden, NCL has a little bit of egg on their face because they had announced they probably sold a lot of cruises based on that. So I don't know. Welcome in is your friend, Juma Brown.
I personally feel like, why not? Why not? Everything else is opening up.
Eric B.
I don't think it's that dangerous. Hi, Eric.
Eric and Darian from Jersey.
There's Darian.
Blaine says CDC changed his mind like I use toilet paper.
Oh, so Blaine must be one of those toilet paper hoarders. I don't get to use my toilet paper frequently.
He may not be a hoarder. He just may have to visit the bathroom a lot more than we do.
Yeah. And I see our friend Sean came in there. I want to say hi to him too as well.
Let's see. Okay, we put the link up. Anyone, like I said, that wants to come up and join the conversation or share some news with us, because there's quite a bit of news coming out there. So the CDC did come out with details on the test cruises, and I think what they're doing, if you read them, is they're trying to force the cruise lines to go the route of full vaccination. Because,
but didn't most of them already agree to? Well, not all of them, no, because I seen Carnival agreed to it, wasn't it? Royal Caribbean, didn't they say that they're going?
Yeah, but what you got is the two main cruise ports in the U.S. that are saying they can't do it, Florida and Texas. So I think what they're trying to do is force the cruise line's hand, that they really don't want them sailing, even though they're saying they can go through the test cruises, they really don't want them sailing out of Texas and Florida without having full vaccination. And this is their way of kind of forcing them into that. So
wouldn't Governor DeSantis's decision to block passports and all that, not that I'm saying I'm for or against, but isn't that hurting the decisions also?
It's killing them. And that's what's very ironic with this, because he came out on the cruise line's side.
Yeah.
But he's made it very clear he's not even out there for compromise. He's basically going to be hard and fast with this.
That's it.
I still haven't heard anyone explain to me, and if anyone out there knows this, if part of the requirement when you book a cruise, like you're a travel agent, so if I book a cruise for you and you book the cruise, and if you're required to ask me for the passport, right? Why can't they make the travel agents require that they see the passport? Then they're going to have a full vaccinated crew.
So in that case there, from what I understand, it's not that we're given authority to ask for it. It's a requirement in order to book. Do you know what I mean? Right. It's not like I don't have the authority to say, you know what, give me your passport right? You know what I mean? It's just a requirement when you're doing it. Now that again, I'm fairly new to all this, but this is what I'm understanding how I'm reading it, right?
No, but what I'm saying is, say NCL, I call and I say, Larry, could you book me a NCL cruise out of Port Canaveral?
Yeah, you want to? I'm ready.
Yeah, I won't do anything until I get the stuff straightened out. But
I know.
No, I know. But say I did that, the cruise line could tell you, say, any cruise that you book, you make sure you explain to them that you are going to require, you as a travel agent for the cruise line are going to require the passport.
Yeah.
And that way, it's not the state of Florida requiring it. It's to book, the cruise line to book it.
Well, as a travel agent or anything like this, it's not the actual travel agent that's requiring it. It's the actual booking engine, right? So we book a cruise through an engine. So NCL's engine, right? Or search engine, right? So it's really coming through them. Now, of course, the cruise lines needs to follow their state's laws and stuff, right? As well, right? So
yeah, that's
again. So it's not necessarily our, like, I don't know the word for it right now. It's not like we're given the authority to say, you know what, John, we need this, because it's not on us. It's on the cruise line.
Well, I got Tyler down below. Tyler, you ready to come up? Okay. He'll probably give us some info on Florida seeing this.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Tyler!
Thank you for joining us,
How's
Tyler.
everyone doing?
And before you say anything, how about giving us a little spoof on your channel?
Absolutely. So I run the Tyler Show and the Cruise Junkie, where we bring you the latest and the greatest in the travel and cruise world. We cover, practically every cruise news on the live streams every week, which happen sometimes every Friday. Depends if I'm busy or not. And we cover a whole bunch of other things here, including ship spotting. That's one of the content we're going to be getting back to here on the channel. Plus, occasionally we'll throw a few theme park videos in if we have time to go heads over to the popular Universal theme parks here in Florida.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Tyler. And could you give us any updates on your opinion or what you're hearing or seeing down in Florida as far as the cruising?
Yeah, so cruising right now in Florida, of course, that news you were talking about earlier with Larry about the vaccine passport deal. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out. I could see a few companies like Norwegian leave the state temporarily until the vaccines aren't required anymore. Again, just have to wait and see how it all pans out. Again, not quite sure. All I know, though, is here in Florida, our ports are really, really, really hurting right now.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Port of Canaveral, they're losing a ton of money, especially Disney now. Disney, they used to be, for the whole entire winter, used to have 3 ships based out of the port. This winter, I should say, with the Disney Dream, Fantasy, and the Wonder off the port, but then the Wonder and the Fantasy have left to go to other ports down in the Caribbean to wait out the cruise industry, so that means the only Disney Dream here, which again, the less cruise ships we get here in Port Canaveral means the more the hurt's porting. I mean, the port is hurting every time the cruise ships don't dock, because Port Canaveral, unlike Port of Miami, as of right now, they're not waiving the port fees. Port of Miami, if you have a cruise ship, any big size, it's free to dock there. So, again, that's why a lot of cruise ships are heading down to Port of Miami. But the problem with Port Canaveral, the port closest to me, is as of right now, they're not waiving the fees. So, they're really hurting with having so many terminals empty. Luckily, SpaceX, though, I have been using some of the terminals to dock their ships there. But, yeah, it's really hurting right now with all the ports, especially Tampa.
Oh, yeah, Tampa. And that's the smaller ships, right? Because they can't go with the mega ships out of there. That's interesting. Now, you're one of the people that is actually going to go on a cruise out of Bahamas, correct?
I hope so. There's some news that I may not be able to go on it now, but as of a few days ago, yes, we are still planning, but it probably, again, something just happened, so not quite sure if I'm going to make this one, but yes, I am planning to go on the adventure.
And what was the date of that one? It wasn't the first one, right?
It was the 31st, so we'll have to wait and see how it pans out if I can get on board.
Well, could you give us a kind of a synopsis on what you have to go through to fly out of Bahamas? I mean, other than, of course, a flight, this costs you probably a pretty penny and stuff like that.
So actually the flight, because we're flying Bahamas Air, which is a 2-star airway, is actually pretty cheap because we booked the flight through Royal Caribbean, so we can get that safety and everything with in terms of flights getting canceled and all that stuff. So, they flew us on Bahamas Air. But other than that, to get into the Bahamas, unless you have the vaccine, you'll be needing a negative PCR test, supposedly either before 5 days of the cruise or up to 5 days, I think. You have to get a negative PCR test to enter the Bahamas. Again, I'm not sure now how the Bahamas, again, they changed their requirement. If you're vaccinated, you don't need to get a PCR test to enter the Bahamas. Again, I'm not quite sure how that's going to pan out with the cruise ship, because I think Royal Caribbean still may require a negative PCR test aboard the ship. But again, I have to go ahead and see how it pans out. But again, as of right now, that's the only thing that is required extra, except paying for the health visa, which another thing is the PCR test and then the health visa to get into the Bahamas. That's another $40, I believe. $40 to $60, depends on the length of your stay in the Bahamas. Other than that, though, that's all that really is required to enter the Bahamas.
So now you getting a hotel the night before? Because that's going to be, I heard the Jack and the price is way up on that stuff too.
Yeah, I didn't go ahead and book a hotel. We flew in the day of because, of course, that's an added price. So also Orlando to Nassau is only 2 hours. So yeah, again, the worst that happens is we miss the ship and we have to join it at Cocoa Key. So that's the worst that could happen. But again, we booked it through Royal Caribbean, so we're not really worried about that. So.
Well, that's good. That's one cost you can avoid, because between that and transfers and, of course, eating out the night before and all that, it's. I heard that someone I knew that was going said the price is almost double what the cruise itself cost.
Yeah, luckily for this Adventure of the Seas sailings, they're actually relatively affordable. I mean, you can book Adventure. I think there's some sailings in, September or August that are like $600 US for 7 nights, which is pretty cheap, especially people saying that the sailings were going to be very expensive, but they're actually supposedly very affordable. When
$600 for a
prices,
7-day
they're actually
cruise.
really
That's good.
affordable.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. All the other stuff was actually costing more than the cruise itself. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I just booked everything for our January 2022 cruise, the hotels, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing all this price stuff, extra prices coming in now.
is your January one out of Florida? Out of Miami? It is. Okay, so you're going twice down there then.
And we decided to do two hotels because I don't get into Miami until I think it was 9 p.m. So I'm not going to get to see anything. So we just booked one hotel, and then at that point we weren't decided if we were going to stay. But I've never been to Miami, and I want to stay a couple days extra. So we booked another hotel for after, and that's kind of like in the sense of getting more footage of two different hotels.
Exactly. Well, that's a good way to do it. Now, Larry, your second vaccine, you haven't. No, have you done your first one?
I just got my appointment yesterday for my first on Tuesday.
You got and Tyler, yours. Have you been able to get the vaccine
yet?
yet?
If you're under 16, you can't get it here.
Oh, they have. Okay, because up here
16 is the cutoff date. So I'm almost.
I thought I just heard that your age group can get it.
I think they're testing out one. I think the CDC.
I thought it was AstraZeneca. I think it was the AstraZeneca or something. I can't remember.
Don't think it's been federally approved yet. I know they're about to approve it, but yeah.
So how are you going to get on there if they require it?
It's only for over 18 they require it. So.
Oh, I see.
So Royal Caribbean out of the Bahamas, it's only over 18 they require the vaccination.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, you just need the PCR test. I already got one earlier this month, so it wasn't painful. So, I'm not worried about getting the PCR test.
My 20-year-old daughter just got her second yesterday.
And Sean, he just answered that he has not gotten his vaccine yet. Sean got his first one yesterday. Welcome in, Brian Ascot fan 22. We are talking traveling today, and anyone that wants to actually come up on the panel and talk with us, actually I'll put the link's out there right now. Any other inside news or breaking news you can tell us?
Yeah, so there is some breaking news in terms of supposedly, again, that there's going to be big news with the Bahamas, of course, with the test sailings. You probably heard about the news already, if you're not sure if you have, but with the CDC yesterday put out the test sailings protocols with the vaccine requirement, which, again, my take on this, really interesting with the test sailings. They say you can skip the test sailings if 95% of your guests, I think, are vaccinated, or you can still take the test sailings, but all of the guests on the test sailings still have to be vaccinated anyway. So it's like, what's the point of doing test sailings if you still have to have vaccinated guests on the cruise both ways? So yeah, I thought that was very interesting with part of the second part of the framework, which again, also Frank Del Rio, I'm sure some of you heard about that. He came out yesterday during the earnings call and he said no cruising this summer out of the U.S., which was no surprise. I knew that wasn't going to happen. I mean, especially NCL earlier last month, I believe, sat with the sent the CDC letters, I should say, asking them to resume sailings, and they haven't got a response. So I kind of knew they weren't going to be able to cruise this summer, especially with Frank Del Rio saying 90 days to get a ship ready, which is you can't even get that ship ready in time if you even want to sail in July. So
no, that's
the thing.
true.
A lot of these cruisers is they think that they could, just because everyone gets the approval for the CDC, that they could sail tomorrow, which is not the case.
And actually, hello to our friends from up your way, Larry, north of the border.
Yeah. Hi, Maddie. I'm assuming it's Maddie. It's normally Maddie and Scott.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out. It's funny. A lot of these channels, you can tell who the one is. I haven't figured out which of them is the one that's more active in the chat yet.
Go check out their channel. I need to put a plug for our Canadians in here. Free Canadians, free us. Come on, open that border.
That's right. But, that's the thing. I don't know if you caught it a little bit earlier when I was talking to Larry, but basically my theory is they're doing these test cruises. If you read it today, pamphlet that came out, it's almost like they're just trying to force the lines to go 100% vaccinated, because they're making the test cruises ridiculous right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a good thing though is Texas joined the lawsuit bandwagon, so hopefully that adds some more pressure to kick the traditional sailing framework out of the window, because it's the sailing, the framework. It's a joke. I mean, literally, it's so unworkable. I mean,
Right. Basically, hopefully they get the cruise allowed with vaccination, and then someone, either cruise lines or someone else, puts pressure on the states, Texas and Florida, to make allowances for cruise lines.
yeah.
Okay, Sean, I forgot to give him the time. It's 2:25 p.m., Sean, over here. Here's
And,
Del
It is
Rio.
11:25 a.m. here.
Tommy Dodson, poor Del Rio. His compensation doubled for this year. I guess pandemic was good for someone.
It's funny, at the beginning of the pandemic, all the major CEOs took a pay cut there. I got a zero. And then they renegotiated their contract for twice that they were getting paid pre-pandemic.
Yeah, I know. Brian went to his Bruins game last night. Brian's a big fan in my local area, sports fan.
Isn't a Bruin a bear?
It is. You should see their cautions. They are fierce-looking bears.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
So how many times have you gone to the ports, Tyler, to see the ships coming in?
Last time I was there was, last April 22nd, I believe, was the last time I was at Port Canaveral. I've been going a little bit less recently just because there hasn't been that many cruise ships there. I mean, Disney's been there almost every day, and not every day, but they've been there about once a week, and they've been pretty boring to watch because I've seen all of them. They've been the only ones that have been actually there, so I'm taking a little break on going over there, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this summer, if we get this people are trying to get test cruises and all this stuff done, we can see other cruise lines visit Port Canaveral, because if there's another cruise line there like Royal Caribbean or Carnival or even Norwegian, if they come, I'll go ahead and go over there to visit. But if it's just a Disney ship like the Fantasy and Dream, they've been there the whole entire shutdown, so I mean, there's not really an effort to go see them. So,
right, yeah, Sean, if you want to throw that link in the chat, that's fine.
Tyler, I want to ask: do you ever get over to Cape Canaveral? Where does the spaceships? Oh gosh,
they go out of Cape Kennedy Space Center and then Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, and yeah, I go over there. That's the last time. That's the funny thing was the last reason I actually went to Port Canaveral, and the 22nd was to watch the Crew 2 launch, which I literally like looking at SpaceX. One of my other.
I watched
hobbies.
the return the other day, the nighttime return.
Yeah,
landed out in that's cool.
If
But I
you're
got a little disappointed. They were showing them coming out of the capsule, but then they cut the feed off, and then they ended it. It's like,
yeah, the reason they did that was because supposedly. They had the other two astronauts. They weren't able to get out of the capsule as well as the other ones, since they needed some assistance, so they didn't want to show them.
Oh, of course, Oh, no, I understand that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So what you're seeing, like what we were seeing, we've seen the first one coming out, and they brought him off, and then you just see them taking out. I think it was the female second, and then it boomed. The camera went blank. So yeah. I can see that happening.
Yeah, if you're looking for a good Twitter follower, if you use Twitter, SpaceX Fleet is a good Twitter follower if you're looking for learning about the whole SpaceX Fleet, which is their whole wet recovery, which I really like looking into. It's fascinating.
I follow them on YouTube. I think three different channels: NASA's, SpaceX, and I think I can't remember the other one. Yeah, I watch all three of them.
Did you see yesterday's Starship launch?
I did not. No, I was busy yesterday.
Yeah,
wasn't it you? Wasn't it you shared a picture? Somebody shared a picture.
Yes.
Yeah. I did see the picture.
Yes, they had yesterday. They had another Starship SN-15 launch, which was their experimental test rocket, which is crazy.
Because I've never been to Florida before, and I'm going to Miami. That's one of the things that I would love to do if I ever go down to Florida, is go to where the SpaceX is and watch that live. That would be so cool to see.
Yeah, well, we got really cool here in Port Canaveral. I'll see if I can share the link into the chat for John on the screen. I'll show you around the port. I had a video I posted of last week. And
if you want to pop it up, I can try and bring it in.
Yeah, I'll see if I can share you that link.
Larry, you're gonna have to go quite a bit north though if you want to see anything.
I plan on doing multiple cruises out of Florida.
Well, it's a great take, the Space Center there.
Yeah.
Everybody that's cruised before, it's your fault. I haven't even been on a cruise yet, and I'm already addicted.
Well, when was your first one supposed to be?
February, just
2020.
Yeah, I'll see if I'll pull it up. Maybe a minute.
You'd be a veteran by now, Larry, if you stuck to that.
What's making me not jealous, but in a funny way, everybody's, I get this free offer for a cruise or a 7-day cruise for $100, and it's like, come on, man, I've already got 3 cruises under my belt here, kind of. You know, I booked 2, but I haven't been on yet, but I'm not getting nothing.
Yeah,
and it's all
soon.
Yeah, soon.
This is from Sean down on the cruises.
I love this idea, man. I love it. Warms the heart, Sean.
Yeah, Sean, that's amazing what you did. I watched the one where you gave Kenny that cruise. I mean, it's amazing. That's a great charity.
If you want to, let's see, if you share it, right, I can bring it up here.
Yeah, I'll either share the YouTube video or I'll see if I have the raw video on here. Yeah, I'll pull it up. But
You know it can be done because we did it with Larry's Jay Leno picture.
yeah, that's true. I'll see if I pull it up one here. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll show you the SpaceX fleet. This is some of the fleet here in Port Canaveral. And also, if you're going to the Space Center, make sure you stop at Port Canaveral because they have the whole SpaceX recovery fleet, where they recover all the boosters, where you can sometimes see raw boosters in the wild.
I remember.
This
cool. Cruise that's coming up in January, it was actually moved from, I don't know if it was Port Canaveral or not. I think it was, the original port was Port Canaveral. I think it was at Port Canaveral. But they switched it to Miami.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually they'll go from Miami and Fort Lauderdale and they'll swap them. I didn't realize they went all the way up the coast.
So I think that's when I first looked into it. And it's like, oh, hey, there's Kennedy Space Center. That's not far. Like, what is like an hour or 2 away or something?
Yeah, it's from Port Canaveral to the Space Center, or Miami to the Space Center?
Kennedy Space Center, yeah.
Oh yeah, from Port Canaveral, it's only a 30-minute drive. I mean, if you count going through all the traffic, I mean, it's less than like 10 minutes away. I mean,
Maddie, I'm already addicted.
So I think
I'm serious. I'm actually addicted. I'm on here every day looking up cruises, mock cruises. Oh, maybe I can do this cruise. And
well, they're actually fellow Canadian travel agents themselves.
Yes. Yes, we're co-workers.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, John, I think I shared screen.
Technically, we are co-workers.
No, you're right. Yeah. I'm putting the link up again for anyone that would like to come up. Shared screen. So, okay, I see something down there. Let's see if this runs. Sometimes I have trouble with video. We will see. Okay. All right. Oh, there it is.
So this is the port. We're going to zoom in here. This is their... So this is my public area. So this ship right here, that's SpaceX's new recovery ship for the fairings.
Is that the recovery ship that I was watching?
No, that was not the one you were watching. That was not the one, because the one they use is called Go Navigator.
Yeah, the Go Navigator.
That's a little bit shorter than that. This is what they use for the fairings. So on the last one you saw, you know where the capsule is on the rocket if you watch the rocket launch? Well, instead they replaced it with fairings that keep usually satellites or stuff safe. So that ship right there goes out to the fairing recovery zone, which is usually about 100 miles plus after the booster recovery. And that's where they go ahead and use that crane to fish the fairings out of the water.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so this is the contracted recovery vessel for SpaceX.
Oh my gosh,
right there.
I would love to be in Florida right now.
And then right there, that's the Hawk. And then see that barge right behind it, if you kind of see it? That's actually the drone ship where they land the boosters on.
Okay, which is way out of this world fascinating how they bring it back, and compared to the space shuttle where it used to, break up on entry.
Where are you taking that from, Tyler?
There's a public park in Port Canaveral next to there's a place called Rusty's if you ever look it up. So it's a public park where you can go ahead and look at it. So it's at the port.
So you must have connections in Florida to where you find all these different places, huh?
I guess watch YouTube videos and I find where people are filming their locations.
Yeah,
and I guess show
Where
up.
is that, guys?
Yeah. And see that tug right there tows it out to the landing zone, the white one. So, and then the red one over there on the right of the screen, that's the porch tug. That's what carries all the ships, docks the ships, and yeah.
Holy cow.
And that's a Coast Guard boat because this was just right after the rocket launch went off. So they're out, came back from protecting the waterways. So
Where did
and there's the
Disney
Disney
what?
Fantasy. That's the
Fantasy?
Disney Fantasy.
I haven't learned much about Disney because I'm focusing on other ones right now with my training and stuff. I'll eventually get to the Disney stuff.
That's the third one out, right, Tyler? The fantasy?
Yeah, the Fantasy I think is the newest one. Yeah.
And they got another one coming out. Is it this year or next year?
Next year.
The Wish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then right there, that's the park I see. That's a better shot of the park,
Oh, nice.
which is a free water park. So yeah, there you go. That's a little look around Port Canaveral.
Now, is this where you live, Tyler?
No, I live in Orlando, so
Oh, you live. Oh, wow, that's a long ways away then.
it's about an hour and a half drive one way.
Oh, okay,
which-
that's not far.
yeah, it's not terribly far. It's far, but not terrible.
No, in fact, we used to go from when we drive in. I thought it was an hour, but we were probably going to the outside of Orlando.
I've been across Canada multiple times by Greyhound bus. An hour and a half drive is a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
55 hours from St. John, New Brunswick to Alberta. 4 days, 4 or 5 days, I think it is. Yeah, it's long. So an hour and a half drive for me, it's a piece of cake. I've actually, like I was telling John earlier, I'm planning on possibly making the road trip from up here down to New Mexico for my daughter's wedding in April. So that's 29 hours.
Now, would you get an RV for that or just drive down?
Well, I don't know if you remember,
Please slide down.
we were being gifted a Dodge Grand Caravan. And so the plan is to get that and drive all the way down, sleep in the back of the van, like
Right.
van life.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Throw a futon mattress in the back, throw a battery for my CPAP machine, and just eat along the way.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. What's that, a dolphin behind you, Tyler?
Yeah, that's the Adventure of the Seas.
Hey, wait a minute. Okay, wait. You got a dolphin jumping in front of a cruise ship. That's an actual picture?
Yes, not off the internet, not mine. Not mine.
No, but
Yeah.
wow.
Let's
That's
see if
a
I
cool
can
picture.
show you a better. Here you go. Let's see.
I thought that was a
Oh,
just
that's
ran-
how they do it in the movies.
he just drowned.
People disappear. That
So
is
that's,
cool.
that's the one with the, it looks like the, what do you call it, the tower there, the observation deck that rises up.
Yeah, all Royal Caribbean ships from, I think, all the Royal Caribbean ships up to the Freedom class have one of those Viking Crown Lounges on board. I think the only one that actually doesn't have one is the Oasis class and the Quantum class.
What do you call it?
The Viking Crown Lounge, that's what they call it, the Viking.
Never heard that term before.
Yeah, that's what the lounge at the top of the ship is. Very, very pretty. I mean, the views you see, it's amazing.
Pretty much a straight shot on the beeline from Orlando to the Cape.
Yeah, from getting to the Cape from me, it's almost all highways, so it's super fast.
Sean, you do not want me to answer that in retaliation. I'm going to play nice.
Welcome in boondocking with Boomer. I had a question.
Canadian.
You know, we were looking at one of these, I can't remember which one it was, out of New Jersey. They're running one of the anthems, or what's the one? Or the other one out of there, or Oasis, I think. One's like 225,000 tons. That the anthem group?
I'll pull that up, but
John, you're saying out of New Jersey? How many cruise terminals are in New York and New Jersey?
Well, just one in each.
yeah.
Oh.
I've been taking NCL out of New York, Manhattan, New York. But
I hardly ever see that option in when I'm looking up, like, mock cruises. I never see New Jersey.
It's called Bayonne, maybe you're seeing that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's a smaller port because the only ships, I guess there are a few Carnivals that go out of there, but it's mostly the RCL ships.
Yeah, that's usually just Royal Caribbean. John, how far is Boston from you? Because I know Royal Caribbean's home port in the what's it called, the Voyager of the Seas out there.
Yeah, but there's limited cruises. We were going out of Boston with NCL to go to, and most of their cruises are just to Bermuda. So then we started going to New York just so we could get the Caribbean
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
and the bigger ships.
Hey, Tyler, have you ever been up the Eastern Seaboard?
Yes, I have. I've been all the way up to Maine, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So you did the Canada itinerary?
I haven't done one of those cruises yet. I've road tripped up there. I haven't done one of those cruises off the.
I was born in St. John, New Brunswick, which is one of the cruise ports that comes out of New York that goes up to Canada.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, when the cruise ports first came in, it's like, wow, I would love to be on one of those one day. But, when from our hometown, you're like, oh, good, we get to go cruising. But it turns out that we couldn't cruise out of St. John. You have to go to New York to cruise to St. John. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I never got to go on a cruise. Now I live out west.
Well, it's funny because one of the stops we wanted to do New England just because of the Canada and the Maine, but we had to go down to New York to get the trip we wanted. One of the stops was Boston. So
Boston, that's right. Yeah.
So, but that would be a fun one. My opinion though, like my wife is dying to go to Alaska, and I'll do that one year with her. But if I get on a cruise ship, I want to be able to get on there and go swimming.
Yeah.
John, keep me in mind. I want to do the Alaska cruise, but I want to do it with somebody that I know. Not necessarily a group cruise, but I would love to go on that cruise with you.
That would be a good one for you to do a group cruise, though. Once you get your TA under your belt,
Yeah.
Well, I do get a free cruise once I'm done that training, which doesn't take long.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I've done
But
I've done a Canadian cruise. Didn't go to quite Alaska, but I've done Victoria Island and Nanaimo. So.
Oh, see, that's the Nanaimo. You don't hear too much. I actually lived in Nanaimo for a bit. You don't hear too much of the cruise lines going there. It must be just repositioning cruises.
Yeah, and I think, to my knowledge, I haven't seen any of the major other cruise lines since we went. I haven't seen any other cruise lines stop there recently.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
were back in I don't think it was 2016 or 18 when the Explorer of the Seas was out there, and it was the first inaugural call on the port by a major cruise ship. And then I think they went back there one more time, and then I haven't seen a major cruise company stop there anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere. Yeah,
it was a nice facility.
Small little town.
Yeah, but they had a nice cruise pier, a nice terminal, and everything. It was top notch right there.
Yeah, they no maps needed. Highly suggest Alaska. They're going on their third. Oh, I would like to see Alaska.
Okay,
the
Maddie, you're saying you're planning on this too. So hey, maybe we can work something out here after I get my Commodore certificate.
Larry, I don't think you'll have any shortage of finding people that want to travel.
Oh no, of course.
Let's see what Sean says. So for your information, P&O Australia and Carnival have extended their pause for sailing out of Australia until September. Yeah, it's weird. You hear one thing, right? That New Zealand and Australia were going to sail under a bubble, and they were going to start it again. And then the latest I heard is what Sean's saying, that now they're starting to put stuff on hold again.
Yeah. I know, like, supposedly, Royal Caribbean, they've been saying if they can't cruise out of Australia, if Singapore and Australia, if they can travel first in between Singapore and Australia, like the bubble, they'll allow Australians on board the Quantum, which sails out of Singapore, if they get their bubble worked out between Singapore and Australia.
Didn't even know Singapore was getting involved in that bubble.
Yeah, supposedly that's what the Royal Caribbean head guy said a few months ago.
I think, that's a good point, and I haven't heard a lot of it, but you're probably going to hear a lot of different countries trying to form these bubbles now. Mm-hmm. And they'll just run stuff between the two of them.
Yeah.
Have you guys gotten the official word on going to the UK that you were allowed to, or not just UK, the European Union, I guess?
I'm trying to think of where we stand with that. Where do we stand with that, Tyler? Is that opened up yet? They were talking about opening it up, but I don't think it's happened yet.
Well, they were saying you're going to be able to fly to the European Union as long as you're vaccinated.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, like somebody was saying earlier, there. Well, I like to see how they're going to prove that without vaccine passports and stuff. But that's what I heard the last is that you guys are going to be allowed to go over there by summer, and they're even saying Canada today possibly as well. So
I know Jay from the Ship Life, he went over to England and the UK, and the only thing he had to do, I think, was quarantine for 10 days after he arrived. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the bubble plays out, because I think, Royal Caribbean, they're going to have the jewel sail out of the Mediterranean this summer, so that's going to be using their supposedly the EU regulations with free travel if you're vaccinated.
Yeah, that's the thing. They haven't, other than that, which was it that came out yesterday? Was it Carnival? Someone, no, someone took them down. I think it was Carnival took down all the July cruises off the internet, but they hadn't officially canceled them.
Yeah, again, I think if they even do sail this summer, it will probably be all new itineraries. I mean, people are saying, if my best bet if you want to cruise out of the U.S. this summer, as of right now, is just wait until they announce they're going to start sailing. I mean, if you book a cruise sailing in October this year, you're basically gambling on it going until the cruise lines publicly come out and say we're starting, say, for example, the Carnival Mardi Gras out of Port Canaveral sailing November 2021. So, yeah, I wouldn't book anything until they announce that they're going to start sailing again, because if not, they're just going to keep on canceling until they announce that one ship that they're going to start sailing up with again.
Maddie, what dates are you talking about in September of 2022, Maddie? Because I do have that group cruise in October of 2022, so I'm just curious what the dates in September would be.
Yeah, one of the deceiving things too, which cruise lines, I'm not going to say they did intentionally, but they offered all these huge, if you kept your cruise booked with them instead of getting a refund, they gave you back 125% or 150%. But now all the cruises are going up, even more than that, some of them. So they kind of got you caught in a lurch now. And the other thing is, if you notice on the news a lot, you'll hear them saying how the bookings are more than they have been in years. But then when you look at the little footnote, yeah, that's because half the bookings are people trying to use up their credits.
Yeah.
So,
what was I going to say about that one? Oh, I lost it. Sorry.
I think the password exam is going to be mandatory. It's a main way to. I agree with you 100%. I think it's going to be, and they're going to have to work something out with the port states.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in theory, like Royal Caribbean, they're cruising the summer and they're requiring the vaccine, but they're not having the passport because that hasn't come out yet. So supposedly what they're doing is you just have to show your CDC cards, that paper one you get, or whatever country you're in, just show that one, and they'll let you on board. But the problem is, I've been really listening to the news recently, and they've been saying that there's some websites, where you can usually buy a fake vaccine card passport and stuff. So it's like crazy.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. How easy are those things going to be to counterfeit, right?
Yeah, I mean, supposedly there's some websites where you can easily do it. I mean, it's like with testing.
This sounds like when I was younger, when we turned 19 of age to drinking age.
Right.
The plastic cards, and everybody was buying the plastic cards, where all you had to do is just unlaminate it a bit, take a picture that you took on your own little photo camera and put it inside and laminate it back, and that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah, it's the exact same, and these are easier. I mean, the paper, these would be easier to fix. So,
yeah.
Because there's no database. My understanding is there's nothing you can type into, the cruise lines can type into and check a database.
As of right now, there's no database. So, I mean, I know that's the thing. Earlier this summer, people were going on cruises. There's, cruise lines were supposed to start up the summer with their just COVID, no vaccine requirement. And they were, there's supposedly there was some people talking on some threads and stuff, and they were like, there's a cool website where you can fake a PCR test. I'm like, oh my goodness, there we go again.
Yeah, I know, right, exactly. There's always someone out there that will get that buck the other way. Let's see, Larry, September 17th, still on planning effects as we just booked Hawaii. Nice, 15 days.
Ironically, Ananda's birthday, September 11th. That's why I was asking.
Well, what a great gift that would be, huh, Cruz?
Again, it's a month before we go on the group cruise with you.
Okay, I just put the
But
link up
I'm not
again.
saying it's not doable.
If anyone would like to pop up and say hello or talk travel. So you haven't been held back, Tyler, right? I mean, there's so much to do in Florida, and you've also gone up to Tennessee, is it? Or
Yeah, recently I've been up to Tennessee. Supposed to go back there this summer and then go to West Virginia too.
So you guys are allowed to travel all across your country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Florida is one of the few states. I think there's a few of them now, but we have a governor. We're in phase 4 out of the 4 phases. And basically, it's free travel. You can travel in and out with no quarantine restrictions or anything. And even though people come into the state, doesn't you have to quarantine. Some other states, if you go into their state, you're supposed to quarantine. I think like New York used to have that, but I think they're past that one. Not sure though, but yeah, no quarantining in between states.
Here we're on lockdown, kind of. Yes, we're not allowed to go outside of our health zone. So our province, state, is split up into health zones, and we're not allowed to leave our health zone. I live in a landlocked town, which is you only can get in and out by ferry or plane, and so you're only allowed to do that kind of travel, essential travel only. And if it's not, they refuse you.
jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they got in Australia, it looks like they got a medical card that will actually have that information. All they give in the U.S., at least right now, is a cheap little paper card.
So here they I had to provide my health number in order to book my appointment. So it looks like we're doing the same as Australia.
I wonder how that works. So, Larry, once you get your vaccines, I mean, do you get a little card like we do, or do you have it on some database?
From what I understand, yes. I guess I haven't been around anybody that's gotten it yet. We're like I was telling you in the email, John. There's no movement. All we can do is go to the grocery store and back, or sit down at the waterfront. So we're not really interacting with anybody other than the grocery store or Tim Hortons coffee when we get our coffee.
That could get you into some bad habits, huh? Not much to do out there.
No, it's beautiful and dreamy here. It is. But when you're from that one part, you want to get away. You want to go out and explore. Like you down in Florida, it's beautiful and tropical and paradise down here. But I'm sure you want to get away, Tyler, to see other places, right?
I mean, it's not bad here. I personally could live in Florida for the rest of my life.
You are pretty free, though.
Oh, yeah.
You are free to go about daily life now, right?
Yep.
Do you have to wear masks now? Didn't they even abolish that?
Yeah, by July the 1st, you don't have to wear it anywhere. I mean, the governor got rid of all the local health emergencies. But so it depends what county you're in. It's all comes down to the counties. You're supposed to wear one if you go to the counties. But July the 1st, I mean, the all gets rid of, part of the July the 1st Reopen America thing.
Is it indoors also? No masks indoors?
Yeah, supposedly. I'm not quite sure how. I didn't read the governor's address about it, but yeah.
I think I read that, you don't have to wear them inside as well. It's basically getting rid of all the COVID emergency protocols is what I read.
I haven't really seen it. With all the freedoms in Florida, have the cases been in check?
Yeah, they haven't gone up crazily since, we had back in the summer. I mean, last summer, it's been about the same, even though everything's wide open. So you can go anywhere you want. You can go to school. You could go to theme parks. Only thing you can't do here in Florida is go on a cruise, but hopefully that will change.
Larry, does this pertain to all of Canada? Would this be yours too? Would I just put on the screen?
Yeah.
Paper, but it's also stored in a.
Each province has their own medical system, Medicare number. So in BC, it's called the BC Services Card. In Ontario, it's called the OHIP card, Ontario Health something Provincial or whatever. Like each one has their own and their own way of paying for it. Just disclaimer on here: Canadians still pay for their healthcare. We still pay for it in some form. Through taxes, or like when I was working, it would be taken bi-weekly out of my paycheck, so much per month for health, right? But if
Right.
you're under an income, then it's free in the sense. Like in my case, I'm on federal disability, but they still take taxes out of me, so I'm still paying for it through my taxes.
Okay. Hey, Roy and Becky, thanks for coming in.
Roy and
I think the true test, Sean, and no maps needed travel to see who is. Let's see, what was it? How do you word that? Who's more advanced is who gets on the cruise ship first. That will determine how advanced each country is.
I think Americans are going to be able to get on a cruise ship first.
Wow. They keep giving hope, though, Larry, but they've been doing this for a year and a half now, so who knows?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, but they didn't have vaccines a year and a half ago.
yeah.
And what percentage of America is vaccinated? Like, although I just heard we just got 40% of our province vaccinated with at least one shot.
Oh, that's good.
So that's what they were saying yesterday on Twitter. So.
Yeah, but Larry, we keep on tripping over our own 2 feet. It's like, okay, now it looks like you're going to cruise. Now all we have to do is require vaccines, and then someone's suing. No, we can't require vaccines. So
that's right.
We take it out of our own way.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching a video from Cruise with Ben and David. They published a video like 2 days ago, and it was positive. We're going to start cruising. And then the next day, they published a video. It was like devastating news from the CDC. I'm like, oh, well, that's the cruise industry right now. One day they're like, yeah, we're going to start cruising. Next day they're like, well, that was a waste.
And it's funny because you listen to a lot of the channels, and they just want to throw the CDC under the bus. It's the easy organization to attack right now. But even when they get a little bit flexible, someone else steps in and has to screw it up, right?
Yep.
So we just can't get it straight. I'm curious to see if I down deep don't think these crews are going to go from the Bahamas. That, that someone's going to, it could be the CDC, someone's going to put some kind of stipulations on what's required to fly over there or what you're going to have to do to fly back.
They did that with the they did that 2 months ago. They did that. The CDC says it's level 4 to go to the Bahamas. Which, do you watch Griffin Alyssa?
I was just going to mention that. Yeah, I just watched their video.
Yeah, it looks perfectly safe going there. I mean,
yeah,
that's their government. They'll be like, don't go there. Level 4, COVID's spreading everywhere. And then you go there and you're just like, and you watch videos of people going there and you're just like, this is not what they say it's going to be. I wonder with the CDC, I wonder if they actually have people who even actually made all these frameworks for anything. I wonder if they actually even been on a cruise once in their life. I mean,
well, it's like the politicians. I mean, the whole thing with Alaska was defeated by one person, I think, wasn't it? When they were trying to get a waiver on that law. Yeah. And it was one person, and it wasn't even that law bothered. They were all for doing that, but there was something that they tie stuff in with bills, I guess. Mm-hmm. So it was whatever was tied in on it, they didn't want to pass, and that's the only reason they voted against it. So
yeah, I know. Down here in Florida, we had the 2 Florida senators and one of the Alaskan senators. They had a bill to restart cruising, and it was shot down by one lady who said, "No, the CDC should be in charge of cruising."
Yes.
So
yes.
Back to phase 1.
I couldn't stop laughing when I heard that.
I was like, I mean, they've been trying to get cruising restarted here, but I mean, it's like every day it's like, hey, we're going to start cruising, and then the next day it's like, well, no, back to phase 1.
Daniel Fields this is the first person I heard of cruise out of Jamaica. Most of the people I've heard is going out of Bahamas.
Yeah.
I would love to do it out of Barbados, but the flights are like $800 per person return for us. It's like, no.
Yeah.
That's $1,600 for airfares, and the cruise is $8.
Now, Daniel Fields says CDC has no jurisdiction over the airlines, but can't they put things attached to it? Like if all of a sudden they said you're going to have 2 weeks of quarantine coming back from the Bahamas, they can stipulate that, can't they?
It goes up to state rights because that's the same with Florida. I mean, Florida, if you go international travel, you don't have to quarantine. You should by the CDC's law, but the state doesn't care.
So I'm not sure how there's so many little ways that if the government wants something done, they're going to find a way to do it.
Yep. No surprise there.
Sean says, Tyler, I think it's all related to the almighty dollar. I agree and disagree. I mean, how is keeping cruising, say, out of Florida, helping anyone when you think about it financially.
That's why the governor
what if
wants it
it's
to
protecting
restart.
something else?
Well, it's become so political now. You wonder how much is just
Yeah.
you give me this and I give you that behind the scenes.
That's why I said, what if
Yeah.
it's something else?
Right.
Protecting
Right.
something
We'll
else.
just hold out. We can hold out longer than you can.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, I just wish people wanted the cruise industry to restart and they weren't all political side to side against it. I mean, people's jobs are hurting. I mean, just get the people back to work. I mean,
But it's killing them right now.
Yeah.
Maddie, I'm with you, arm in arm.
What was it?
I'm holding my tongue for saying anything like that.
What did Blaine say earlier? CDC stood for?
Can't decide something or
Cruise. Can't decide. I have to go way
one
back.
for the CDC, cruise denying consulate.
yeah.
Oh, the NCL Joy. That'd be a nice ship. That's one of the ones we did. The Escape, the Bliss, and one other one. And I like to do the Joy and the Encore. I think is the one that No Maps Needed is doing as a group cruise with Chad Cruz.
Ironically, they're leaving the same day we get back from our January cruise. They're leaving on February 6th. We get back from our cruise on February 6th.
Is it the same port?
Same port, but different cruise line.
No, I'm just wondering if you bump into any of them. It's probably.
I don't know how that works. I don't like. So where, Norwegian. Where is Norwegian's terminal compared to Carnival? Are they close together?
Where, Miami?
Yeah.
No, because Norwegian's next to the Royal Caribbean terminal. I think Carnival. I think they're close, but they're not as close as they used to be.
It's a little walk to get to each terminal, right? Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Carnival, Larry. Okay,
I'm Carnival.
Yeah, I thought you were NCL, and the two of you'd go back and forth, but they probably only have one terminal each, right? One ship can come in at a time.
Mm-hmm.
One at a time. Oh, for each. Yeah.
Each terminal, yeah. I know MSC is building a terminal where they're supposed to be able to dock 3 ships there in the terminal. I think it's going to be, supposedly, according to the plans, Disney originally was supposed to split the cost of it and basically split the terminal into MSC with 2 docks. Basically, the MSC terminal can hold 2 ships, and then the Disney would rent out a part that can hold one of their ships.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Tyler. I brought this up Wednesday, and no one has sailed that I talked to on an MSC. Have you sailed on an MSC and know anyone firsthand?
I've only done Royal Caribbean so far.
I did get your email yesterday. We were looking at it.
Going on their group cruise too, huh, John? No.
Well, no, I mean
I'm kidding.
No, but it may clash. I would love to go on it, but it may clash with some other stuff. So we're going to look at it. And thank you for sending that, by the way.
Of course, Maddie. Of course.
I mean, you could do that very quickly. We bumped into someone in that situation a year ago. I think it was our last cruise that we took, and just happened to see him on the sidewalk going between terminals.
What's a typical time to go on, start boarding a cruise ship? Not COVID related, but what's a typical time that you go to the cruise port itself?
10 to 2. You can usually pick your time, right? Would you agree with that, Tim?
Yeah, before COVID, most cruise lines, you could just show up anytime you wanted practically, and they would let you. They usually would start boarding the ship around 11 o'clock, but yeah, usually you can show up to the terminal at 8:30, even 6:30. The only problem, they won't let you into the terminal usually around 9 o'clock, because that's usually when they clear the whole main ship.
Oh,
and
wow.
Usually when you board the ship pre-COVID, right, you usually can start boarding around 11. That would usually be the time. 11 would usually be the time.
So our hotel that we got booked, we get in at 9 o'clock. Look at that. But I can just go in. We can just go into the port early and meet up with Maddie at the port.
Right. Usually pick the time, and I'm sure they're going to hold you to it this time.
No, of course, yeah.
So you pick your time, you talk to them ahead of time, and they find out if they get off the ship early. Like, we drag it out till 1 o'clock, the latest we can get off. But some people are off there at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Actually, no, we can't do that. No, because we get in at 8 o'clock in the morning on the 6th, and they're going to be going out. So they have to get to the port early so we can meet up, Maddie. There we go.
Yeah, see, you solved it.
There we go. Yeah, because our hotel, because we're staying after that's not check-ins not till like 3 o'clock. So I get in at 8 o'clock in the morning as usually ships get in. So
Well, they say 8 o'clock, but they really get into port around 5 a.m.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, they usually don't let you get off the ship until 8 o'clock, but yeah, usually
Okay.
they dock at like 5
So
a.m.
how long can you sleep in then? That's like I'm saying, we gotta wait till time till 3 p.m. before we can check in.
Well, usually they leave at 3 o'clock.
No, I'm not saying I'm going to stay in for 3. Like, I want to kill as much time on the ship.
Oh, yeah, you have to get off at like I think usually last call is usually sometimes around like 9:45. Depends what time you get.
I got to let Amanda know that. She doesn't like waking up early.
Okay, so it's different than the ones out of New York. You could get off. We always take the last one, and it was closer to noon. It was like 11 o'clock, I think, or 11:20.
See, I can handle that.
And but it depends on maybe Florida. They do it different because they have so many more people to deal with.
Yeah, Florida, you have to be off the ship usually around. I think the time is usually around 9:45. Yeah.
Have
Florida,
you been to Miami before, Tyler?
Yes, I have said out of Miami. I've done
Do
almost
you
all.
roughly know how long of a drive it is from the cruise port to Mid Beach? Because that's where we booked our second hotel.
Mid Beach. South Beach or Mid Beach? Because I don't know where Mid Beach is. I know where South Beach is.
Mid Beach is roughly 10-minute drive away from South Beach.
Yeah, I haven't been there, so I can't answer that question.
Yeah. Because it goes South Beach, Mid Beach, and North Beach, I think it is. Yeah, I purposely chose Mid Beach because I didn't want to go down to where Ocean Drive and South Beach was. For one, it's way too expensive, like just because of the novelty. So I chose Mid Beach because I wanted to be close to the beach and not too far from the port, right? So yeah, we chose Mid Beach. It's right on the beach, a hotel. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but yeah, I like it. I can't wait.
Yeah, South Florida water is amazing.
Oh, don't get me going there, because I want to go right now, Tyler.
Yeah. Again, we usually go to the Atlantic up near Port Canal, and the water is kind of. It's really like dark. It's not like south of beach water. You go down to like Melbourne, which is only like a few hours away from Coco. Oh, that water is amazing.
But the water temperature on the Atlantic side is still warm, though, right?
No, it's cold compared to the Gulf.
Well, now you're talking Floridian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's warm, Larry. For me and you, it's warm. Let me tell you.
There we go, John. So you swam in the Atlantic Ocean on the East Coast. There's a big difference on the Atlantic Ocean on the East Coast and far East Coast, and then to Florida's East Coast.
Right. Yeah. Because we went to Cocoa Beach and absolutely loved it before we went on our only Disney cruise, and that was nice. But I've never been to the Miami Beach. I want to try that myself.
Yeah.
Well, you do have a cruise in October that's out of Miami.
That'd be the first, yeah, unless I do anything before then.
Yeah.
So Daniel Field's been on 10 NCL cruises. He likes it the most. I'll tell you, people laugh at me when I say it, but my favorite thing about the NCL cruises is 24-hour chicken wings for the whole cruise.
That sounds
complimentary,
awesome.
I'll have to say. Have you been on NCL, Tyler?
Nope, just Royal
Caribbean.
Just, I thought you would tried a couple other cruises, no?
I am going to try a couple other. Again, the COVID thing shut me down, so.
Did you have some booked?
That's what they say.
Did you have some booked that were canceled?
Not on the other lines. Actually, yeah. When COVID hit, and we saw the cancellations keep on going, we said we're not going to book anything until we see a cruise restart happen. So
yeah,
it's been still that way.
Let's see. So they're Princess fans, but they want to try NCL. So they've never been on NCL either. I think that there are a lot of NCL cruises down south, right, out of Florida, but usually the bigger ones up north are NCL, and that's why we kind of gravitated towards that, out of Boston, out of New York. Sean wants to tell you, Tyler, that Melbourne is on the other side of the world. Okay. Wrong Melbourne, I guess.
Yeah, wrong one.
I kind of figured he was going to mention that when you said Melbourne.
Yeah.
But I clued into your meaning Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just reading this yesterday. Dine My Way, the new Princess thing. That sounds interesting.
What is it exactly?
Well, I'm going to let you go check out Maddie's video.
Okay.
It's basically like it says. You're going to get to kind of pick and choose how you want your food, i.e. getting some food delivered to you tableside, you know what I mean?
Did you read that they're trying to do that now? That I think that's one of the things the CDC put in their bylaws, if you want to call it that. They're trying to make it so that they have to have all these alternatives wrapped up in, grab and go type of things.
The one thing that I was reading this morning, though, is they're talking about you're going to have to wear your mask. Like here, if you're sitting down to eat, you don't have to wear a mask. But what the CDC was saying is even when you're sitting down between, like, say, courses, you're going to have to put your mask back on, even though you're sitting down.
Yes, that was the newest thing I read. Right. You can't have extended periods of time. So they're not talking the whole meal you can take the mask off. Between bites, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It really sounds political to me. Like they're just trying to knit, like, what's it called? Splitting hairs.
Right. And you wonder how much the cruise lines are going to be like figuring when they get out at sea, they can, push it a little bit, or how much they'll be under, or how much they'll be under a microscope.
But that's a huge, huge risk you're going to take. That's a lot of money that you'd be fined if they break it.
Can you imagine if you were the person who did enforce something and it happened to be someone there?
Oh.
Going to let Princess. There was a new video today about the new Dine My Way. It's going. It must be in my queue then because I haven't gone through that yet for today.
John, you should check it out because no, I only read it. I didn't see Maddie's video. It sounds cool, actually, even though I've never been on a cruise, so I don't know what you guys experience with how to eat your food and all that kind of stuff. This sounds cool because he's talking about Princess, right? So they have the bracelet. I'm always forgetting the name of it. Haven't used it enough. The bracelet, the tracking bracelet that they use on Princess Cruises.
Right.
Diamond, whatever it's called. So yeah, you'll be able to order food from that, I guess.
It's almost like the Magic Band at Disney. It sounds like.
Yes. Do you actually have to pay for those bands?
Now you do.
You do. Okay.
Before you didn't. Before you could get the one without the characters on for money. You could correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler, but you get the standard ones for free, and now I think you have to pay for them all, right?
I think so.
Because I sent an email somewhere, and they were saying that you don't get the old paper cards like I'm used to, but you get something like that that uses your
credit card.
Yeah. Ocean Medallion is what you're thinking about.
That's what I've seen Maddie saying, yeah. When I started doing Princess training, I've already done the first set, and yeah, they were talking about the Ocean Medallion, and I actually didn't know much about it. I saw some videos that people have posted about it, but I never really understood it, and then I did the training. It's like, wow, that is cool. I like how they do that.
Yeah, I got a question to anyone out there. Has anyone been on an MSC cruise? Because have you seen the prices on those right now?
Very cheap.
Very cheap. And the ships are bigger. Yeah, and the ships aren't there. It's not like it's an older ship or a small ship. They're bigger ships. But I've heard that the food options aren't that great for one thing, and the shows, so I'm not sure who to believe.
I just looked up a cruise out of the Mediterranean, which goes all around the Mediterranean.
Nice.
$800 return for 7 days for 2 people total.
Wow, that's cheap.
Taxes and everything. $800 for a 7-day cruise for 2 people.
Where's that out of?
It was out of, was it Barcelona? I can't remember where it was out of, but if you went on MSC, you would see where it's from. And that was, when was it? I think it was next year or this year. either this year or next year. But like that blew me away when I saw that price. Like, oh, now of course you got to pay for flights after that, but really, flights are basically all the same everywhere for us. You know, give or take a few $100s, right? You know,
Right.
I don't look at price of flights as much difference. You know, if I'm looking down to saving a few bucks here or there, then it matters to me. But like I'm looking up a flight to my daughter's wedding. You know, it's no different than me going to Miami. You know what I mean? Even though Miami's farther than New Mexico, actually it costs more to go to New Mexico than it does to go to Miami, actually.
Really? Okay, because not as many flights, I imagine.
All that kind of stuff. So, from Vancouver, YVR, to London Gatwick, which is just outside of London, we can get out of Vancouver return for roughly between $600 and $700 return, Canadian.
Yeah.
Return per person. And here I am. I go to New Mexico, and they want $450. You know what I mean?
Right.
The UK is over the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it costs 6 or 7. You know, so when you hear those kinds of prices, and then while you're over in the European Union, it's cheaper to fly around, right? So when you hear those types of flights between 400 and 700, 800, it's not much of a difference for us, like up here where I'm travel from. So flights is nothing. So it'd be no different than me paying $800 for a cruise out of Miami.
Now, you're allowed to say, could you go on one of those Mediterranean cruises, but then you have to go through the quarantine, right, when you get back?
Quarantine, that's really only that's stopping us, really.
Yeah. Well, that's a big thing.
Now, of course, you would probably be ridiculed quite a bit if you left the country.
Yeah, there's that side of it too, probably, because they're trying to discourage it.
Oh, yeah. Like they stopped all the flights out of India because of what's going on over there. But there's still flights coming and going out of Canada.
Right. Actually, I haven't read today to see if any of that has changed over in India. I know they had the last several, days anyways, has gone up.
Well, there was a couple days where it did go up, but then I think the last one I read, I think it was yesterday, that they, or maybe day before yesterday, it went down slightly. So
yeah. Well,
but
that's good.
It's still up in the hundreds of thousands. Like, you know, I think, you know, from 400,000 down to 3 something, or still in the low 400s. Like, it wasn't a lot, but it did go down. It showed.
Well, at least it's going the right direction here. So, Tyler, do you have plans when you get out of school and stuff to follow the travel industry at all, or?
I do indeed
Travel agent.
plan to be a full-time filmmaker.
Are you really?
There you go. Yeah, there we go.
Filmmaker, videographer, yes, indeed.
No, I assume not just for the travel industry. It's just a general career, correct?
Just in general career, yeah. Plan to be making content just like this, like you watch on my YouTube channel.
So, do you have a school lined up to go to further your education in that area?
Probably, most likely, since now everything for videography, I'll probably take one of those online courses or something like that. I mean, and all you need to learn is on the internet, so...
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to videography. I mean, I'm pretty good at it, I think, so I'm trying to...
If you were here in the town that I live in, Tyler, you can get that whole program for free. Your age group. They're offering videography, like everything, for free for your age group here in my hometown here where I'm at right now.
That's awesome.
I mean, you're self-teaching yourself a lot, obviously, through what you've been doing with YouTube.
Yeah.
Would you be on the camera side of it, or would it be all behind the scenes editing?
It would most likely be behind this. It would most likely be production. I won't be like an actor because I'm not good at acting. But yeah, most likely all behind the scenes, editing, filming, live directing. I do that on the side too. Actually, right now I do that on the side. I direct people's live streams.
Nice. Very nice. So you're getting very active in it. What we see is just the tip of the iceberg of what you do.
Yeah, it's just the tip of the iceberg. I have a whole lot of things I do behind the scenes.
And I've been saying it all along, Tyler. You got the voice for it. You really got the voice for it, for sure, yeah.
Well, he does a great job all around. I mean, you've impressed so many people on the YouTube. and you're taking it to that next level. Are you working with any companies right now, or just working in that direction?
Yeah, as of right now, no brand deals as of right now.
I've actually gotten offers for that kind of thing, but it's only because my cat. I have an Instagram for my cat, and I keep getting offers. Oh, here, be the ambassador. Let your cat be the ambassador, or this or that, and we'll offer you this. And it's basically spam to me, but they're legit things.
Yeah, I got like my business email for my channel. I got a whole bunch of "we love you." They're very vague. They definitely tell they're spam emails, but yeah, I got a lot of business inquiries so far. None of them has been real brands. So also, I don't want to have like any brand sponsor me, right? I don't.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't want to.
A lot of them are. A lot of these offers are from companies that you've never even heard of before, and their product. Yeah, I'm sure their product's okay, but you don't want to take that risk of offering, your view on a product that's really bad.
Yeah.
Well, plus because of your age group, Tyler, you're very early into this thing. I mean, you're getting a great jump on it. So that's fantastic.
That's the thing, though. I mean, the thing is, like you're saying, Larry, about like those, you get a lot of vague spam comments. Like you go to my Instagram DMs. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't even mention I'm a YouTube creator on my Instagram page, which is the Cruise Show. If you haven't followed it already, shameless plug. But yeah, yeah, I get a lot of DMs, and they're like, "Please be our brand ambassador," and they're nothing relates to cruising or anything travel. They're just like,
that's interesting. Do you have a ton of equipment, hard drives, and all that stuff? Have you just been piling on the data?
Yeah, I actually have a few hard drives. I have a computer just for editing. It's an Apple, and it's been crashing for the past few days, so I'm a little bit worried. But yeah, I do edit on Apple and Windows. So yeah, I have tons of hard drives, tons of cameras. I haven't got a professional like DSLR camera yet. That's one of my big purchases I want to save up for. But yeah.
That's interesting.
There's my equipment. Got my gimbal. Got my DSLR in there. Got a couple lenses.
Yeah, I got. This is my main camera right here. Is
that the G7X?
It's the Canon SX740, not the G7X.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It shoots 4K instead of 1080p, which I think the GX is. Unless the new GX, whatever that camera's called, I forgot the name.
Okay,
but,
can you guys loudly say, Larry, you need to get the GoPro? Because my wife's hearing in the background. She needs to hear that.
I don't hear anyone saying it, Larry.
No, I know. Come on, guys. Help me out here.
I gotta buy the new GoPro too. Yeah, the GoPro I got is the Hero 4. I need to upgrade because I'm afraid it's going to die on my next cruise or vacation, so...
How many cameras do you take on a vacation, Tyler?
Last trip I brought 5. I got my drone, I got my phone, my 2 GoPro. I had 2 GoPros, but then one of them died. And then my Osmo Pocket. So about 4 if you count all the cameras. I used to have 5, but...
Oh, so you got the Pocket.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
I love that camera.
Do you?
Few complaints with the focus. It's and the low light doesn't perform that great in the low light in with autofocus. But other than that, amazing.
Now, is it the Pocket, the first version or the second?
I got the first version, not the second. I know the second they fixed some of that, but...
So they did fix some of that?
I heard they did, yeah.
See, the only thing that's really worrying me about getting a new camera is that low light situation. That's because I'm sure going on a cruise, like in the dining room, the main dining room, you want to take a video and it's going to be low lighting. Unless you put a light on it, right?
Yeah, the problem with it is just it's grainy. It's not the camera doesn't do terrible. It's just there's some grain. You can buy plugins with your editing softwares that get rid of the grain on those cameras, but
yeah.
I mean, on cruise ships, the dining room, you have to if you can take good main dining room video, you're one of the best in the cruise industry because most of the lighting in the dining room on most cruise ships, the lighting's the lighting's good. It's just the lighting they use with the camera. It flickers so bad, and then there's this grainy. It's hard to explain.
Can you put your own light? Because I have a light for my.
I mean, if you got one of like these lights, like right here, I'm sure you can bring it on the cruise, or like let's see if I turn it off so you can.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, like one of these lights.
That's the one I want to get. They're like $50 for 2 of them, I think.
Yeah, you can't bring one of those big lights on the ship. They'll probably yell at you by the fire department.
No, I have a 10-inch ring light here. No, 7-inch ring light.
Does it require? Is it battery powered?
Actually, it's USB powered, but I have a battery pack.
There you go. That's smart. Yeah. I know on cruise ships you can't bring any electrical plug-in like big lights. I
But I
someone tried
have for
doing
my
that.
I have on my gimbal. I have a rig so I can hold on to it with two hands, and then I got a microphone, and then I got a light, an LED light that goes into the cold shoe. Right. So I'm sure I can use one of that, and that will help out with the Pocket, because I was really looking at the Pocket.
Well, the thing is, it's just again, I don't know if they fixed it. It's just like it's not like grainy. Like it's hard to explain, but it's you get like some like noise. It's a lot of noise with the camera. It's really dark. But so I had a lot of cruises where it worked fine. Like I mean, if you go back on some of my older content, I would go back and watch time to time, and the content isn't that grainy, and I wasn't using any grain reduction on it. It was just sometimes there's one or two shots that had a little bit of grain. But other than that, amazing camera. Especially
and
if
you're using straight up their audio onboard, like onboard audio, right?
Oh yeah, the audio on that camera is amazing for what the camera is.
All right. Yes. So now you can tell my wife, she's listening, that I need the Pocket now.
That's the problem I see with a lot of my videos now. I need to go buy a external sound recorder, because most of my audio, I go back and listen to it. Like onboard camera audio for like this camera and stuff, the audio is terrible compared to like a lavalier microphone or something. So if you're doing like vlogging or something in the near future and you're looking like cruising or something, you don't want to get it for copyright too. It's another big thing with music on ships. Lavalier mic with a external sound recorder is the way to go if you have time to go sync them up with the camera audio and post.
What it is I've been shooting, well, not a lot, but I've been shooting with my phone, and I did a live feed couple weeks ago, and when I got there, it was just so inconvenient to set everything up onto the tripod and get the light and the microphone on there, and it's a phone, so I want to get away from that. I want to be able to just record, simple, just get out, press record, and do it. So I was looking into the GoPro, I was looking at the Osmo Action, and I was looking at the Pocket. And the Pocket is ideally what I'm looking for, because it's small and it's not intrusive. And
the GoPro Hero 9, especially if you buy the vlogging case with the microphone, that's what I recommend. If you're buying any camera,
which I looked into that, Tyler, and that's slightly above the price range where it gets my wife nervous.
That's what this is the tip. What I do is when I buy a camera, I'll buy the camera first, then add the accessories on later down the road.
And that's the thing, But if you're saying the original Pocket is pretty good, which would mean the Pocket 2 should be better, which that's all I need. And then you can add lights to the Pocket, right? Don't they have like a cold shoe that you can add on to it where you can put a small little light on it?
I don't think so. I think I have the Pocket with me, but here's the Pocket right here. Yeah, the Pocket right now, this is all it is.
Yeah.
And then there's a little screen in the front right here if you can see it. But
there's not really like what I was asking, is there like an add-on where you can add a light, like a aftermarket product where you can add a light?
I'm sure someone has it, but not to I haven't seen one yet, but I'm sure there is one.
Right.
I mean,
you're selling me, Tyler.
Yeah, if I have to go back and get the Pocket or the GoPro 9, I would probably get the 9 just because it's waterproof. But I know the Osmo Pocket, you can buy a waterproof housing for it. I mean,
this was all in part of my thoughts, because we also want to do underwater shots. We're snorkelers, like John. John and we like to snorkel, right? So I wanted an underwater camera as well, but I want a vlogging camera that's not huge. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not like $1,000.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, if you're looking for a good vlogging camera, I mean, you can get some for the GoPros. You can buy like a cheap, it doesn't have to be the official GoPro or anything, and buy a cheap vlogging case for it. So you can put it in, it has the good audio. You can put a ring light on it, I mean a little cube light if you want it.
Yeah.
But because I had it for my Hero 4, I had a vlogging case for it. I used it for almost all my cruises up till the shutdown with vlogging. It was great. The Rode mic, because I bought one of those Rode micro mics.
The micro mics,
yeah. The Video Go or something. That's an amazing mic. So yeah, I'd recommend if you're looking at getting like.
As for a tripod, I already got
Yeah. I got some of those.
It's got the stand where I can stand it up on the table if
Uh-huh.
I'm eating a meal.
I bought this.
iClip.
Yeah, I bought this $6 cheap Joby bendy
Oh,
tripod.
Joby, yes. Yeah. Everybody
It's
talked about those ones.
Yeah, it's a knockoff. It's falling apart. But for when I got it back like in 2019. It still works. I mean, the screw doesn't work. You can't screw anything into it. I mean, you can, but it swings around. But yeah, for the price I paid for it, I mean, I'm happy. I mean, I buy a lot of knockoffs and they work fine.
How many cameras do you take with you when you go on a cruise? You don't take all your cameras, right? Or do you?
Yeah, almost all of the cameras. Last cruise, as I told you earlier, I took almost all 5 of them. Only one I really don't take because also the drone I didn't have until the cruise shutdown happened. But other than that, I really take almost all my cameras. I mean, I mostly record now my cruising or travel nowadays with GoPlates. I usually record most of my video off the phone. But from now on, I really like this camera, the 740 right here, because the quality is amazing if the lighting's right. But yeah, I really bring typically around 4 cameras with me. I have a big backpack with all my camera gear in it.
And what do you use, John?
See, I told Nancy when we started this that I was just going to go with the bottom of the line stuff, and I still just use a shoot in, and I will upgrade as we go along, but I have 2 knockoff GoPros.
Yeah.
You ever hear the brand Dragon Touch?
Nope.
$40 for them. So that's basically what I use because I needed something to do underwater. And just a point and shoot camera.
It's all you need, really.
Right. And that's what I've been doing, right along. So at some point I'll upgrade to something. That's why I like listening when you guys talk about what works for you.
So that's what's going on with me, John. I'm at the point where I want to. I don't need to. I have my phone. My phone can do a great job on what I need. I want to. I want it smaller. I want that portability because it was annoying for me having to set it up because I have to take off the case. I have to set it up on the gimbal. Then I got to balance it. Then I got to start the program. It's just way too much stuff. When here, I need to get a shot of that spaceship taking off. Press the button there. You're right.
And you finally have it. I'm going to bring up Keith from BDF. Welcome in, Keith.
Hey, John. Hey, Larry. Hey, Tyler.
Oh, I just want to say one thing to you and John there, Keith. Let's go, Blue Jays.
You know I'm a Royals fan.
Oh, I can clearly see that. And Tyler, are you do you watch baseball?
Not really into sports. I mean, I watch sports occasionally, but
oh yeah, same here. But I got to root for the Toronto Blue Jays, obviously.
That's right. So welcome, Keith. Do you want to just give a little bit on your channel while you have people out there?
My shows are on Sunday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Central, and I have done my first on location pop-ups on location live stream at the Topeka Zoo in Topeka, Kansas, and it's on the site that you can actually watch the replay. And I'm going to have my 59th birthday stream on June 10th, which is a Thursday, from 8 Eastern, 7 Central to 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Nice.
And I'm going to have 15 guests.
Wow.
5 guests per hour.
By the way, you don't look 59 there, Keith.
What?
You don't look 59, by the way.
Well, would you believe that in June 10th next year, I'll be celebrating my 60th in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, wow. Nice.
June 10th is our anniversary.
Trip to Disney. It'll be my first trip to Walt Disney World.
Nice.
First one ever?
Yeah, first one ever.
Oh, wow. That's great. That's good. You're on the East Coast, right?
What's that, John?
You're on the East Coast, correct?
I'm in the Central Time Zone.
Oh, Central Time Zone. Okay.
I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
I'm just only about an hour and a half away from the Royals and the Chiefs stadiums.
Oh, you got a couple of good teams to follow.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, Keith, I actually saw the Royals play against the Blue Jays, and can you guess who won?
The Blue Jays.
Yes, it was at Sky Dome in Toronto.
Well, would you believe that I've seen Brett Saberhagen close out the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 7 of the '85 World Series.
Oh, wow.
He shut them out. That means Cardinals did not score at all in the 7th game, just the Royals did. So the Royals didn't have to play the bottom of the 9th.
My very first Blue Jays game was in 1986, and that was at the old park where they played it at the CNE grounds just outside of Toronto. I loved that park where it was, and then they switched over to the Sky Dome, which is now a different name now. But I think it actually was the Kansas City Royals that I was watching. That's when they won this first game in 1986. I think it was. I can't remember.
85 was the first World Series that the Royals won. And the second one was 2015 against the New York Mets.
Yeah. I need to get to Kansas City. I know somebody on here that sells cupcakes in Kansas City, and I really want to buy some, but it's hard to ship them up to Canada. So I need to go down there and visit her and get some cupcakes.
And I'm only about a little over 550 miles east of Denver on I-70.
Oh, that's not far. That's not far at all.
But Kansas City, you can take I-35 north to where when you get to, you can decide whether to take I-35E to St. Paul or I-35W to Minneapolis. And then if you go south into Texas, you can take I-35W to Fort Worth or I-35E to Dallas.
We have a layover in Dallas-Fort Worth when we go in January. First time ever down that way. I can't wait. Tyler, I would love to be in Florida with you right now.
I know. He keeps throwing the cruise ship up there.
I know.
Do you do much traveling, Keith?
Not really, but I have been to Florida before, visiting my stepbrother in West Palm Beach, and I did get to swim in the Atlantic Ocean around the end of February or the beginning of March of that year that I was there. But it wasn't too bad, and I was able to learn how to swim out of a riptide.
Riptide, yeah, that can be rough. Is that the Atlantic
Yeah,
Ocean?
That is the Atlantic.
You just swim parallel to the shore.
Right. Yeah, Tyler was saying it's a little cool for him, but for the three of us, it probably feels very warm up there.
What do you think the temperature is there, Tyler?
Probably in the 90s today. It's hot. I'll pull it up 1 second.
No. I'm talking about the water. Like the water temperature. What would it be, roughly?
Probably close to 75, 80. I mean,
Is it that warm?
You're saying that's cold?
I mean, yeah, compared to the springs, which are 72. I mean, it's kind of cold.
But that's very warm for this time of year too, because you're just coming out of the winter.
Wow, that would be paradise if I had water that warm. I have baths that are colder than that.
I bet you that one time you went up to Maine, Tyler, you didn't go anywhere near the ocean, did you? Maybe looked at it.
Oh no, we did go. We went one of the rivers. That was not the ocean, but we accidentally swam in there. We walked over and we fell into the water, and yeah, it was cold.
No alligators, but cold.
It was the
That's
summer
right.
too.
Yeah, we go up to the end of the summer. Nancy, my wife, jumped in once and came right out. I won't go near the ocean up there.
Yeah.
M&Ms.
It's
Where's the M&Ms?
It's an M&M's dispenser. I'm out of M&M's. I buy it at the pop-up store that they had in 2014 to celebrate the opening of the Mars plant here in Topeka. They make M&M's and Snickers, and they're going to add on other Mars products to make.
Nice.
Nice.
I always love those drone footage. I've been debating to invest in the drone, but haven't done it yet.
It's amazing. I mean, I love flying mine. I fly it almost
Which one
everywhere
is
I
yours,
go.
Tyler? Which one do you have?
I got the Mavic Mini, the first generation.
You know, I'm actually thinking about just getting that one. That's all I like. I was looking into the rules and laws here in Canada. I can get I actually just registered to take the test and stuff. But you know what? It's just much easier just to get one of those Mavic Minis and just do it. I don't need 8K video footage when I'm only shooting 1080p video with my phone. Like
the only
4K video from my drone and 1080p footage from my phone. It's just not going to work together.
Yeah.
Are you allowed, if you stay on the shore, are you allowed to fly a drone over a cruise ship?
I mean, I guess there's no laws that says you can't. I mean, to my knowledge, there's no laws that says you cannot fly over.
So here in Canada, the way it works is you're not allowed to fly over people.
Yeah, that's kind of what the FAA's law.
So that's when it comes into the gray areas, John.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
so So is there people on the cruise ship? Well, yeah.
Yeah, if you fly around cruise ships, my general law is don't fly over it because you could get hit by the funnel or the smoke.
Yeah.
But you can fly around it. I mean, it's.
Well, what's his name? Alana Zingano and Raphael.
Yeah.
When the Carnival cruise ships were coming in, he was flying his drone, not over it, but he was, a fair close.
Well, I haven't seen much where you can where it's close up. It seems like it's more of a view, kind of like what you're showing on your picture in the back, but it's from a drone's point of view.
Actually, Jamie from ShareNet C, he's got the same one as Tyler, and he was actually pretty well. Yeah, he's got some footage that looks pretty close to a cruise ship.
Yeah, I know. Here in Port Canaveral, you can't because it's also close to the Space Force Station, and when they launch rockets, you can't fly there. But plus, the port doesn't want you flying there anyways, so I have to go to one of those other ports like West Palm or down Miami to go fly because sadly they can't. The restrictions. It's just the airspace. It's not even that you could secretly fly at the port, which I mean you could do, but the airspace will shut you down. It's not. That's the problem. But Larry, are you subscribed to Travel with Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, he just did. He flew with same with Alana, and he flew his drone right over the Carnival ships. So he's the same one I do too. So.
What is it? A Mini? You said? What did you call it?
It's the Mavic Mini.
Mavic Mini.
And John, they're not that. Well, how do I say it? They're not expensive. Tell that to my wife.
Yeah, they're only like $400, which is like. You can buy this camera for about the same price. Like, I think for $50 extra, you can buy a drone, which is crazy.
Is that little whole camera you had there?
Yeah,
earlier?
so it's almost the exact same camera. So the one on the drone is almost the exact same one as on the Osmo Pocket.
So, like that small one, what do you use that small one for? Is that just so you have something in your pocket?
Yeah, I usually use it a lot. Plus, if I'm looking for like gimbalized footage, I'll use it. So, like. My phone, because I have a gimbal for it, but it's very hard to use. So I just use that one if I'm taking on cruises.
Keith got dressed up into something there.
He's going to Universal.
Not Universal. I'm going to Disney, but however, I do have a Gryffindor robe.
Let me see.
So, John, Mavic Mini on DJI's website Keith, right now it's $349.
Okay. Oh, is that a wand there, Keith?
Yeah, it's the elder one. It's the elder one. Dumbledore's wand.
Well, look at it. It looks like Tyler coordinated. Show that one again. Or was
I'll
that
pull it back
shot?
up. 1 second.
You must be a Potter fan too, then, Tyler, huh?
I'm a theme park fan, not really Harry Potter. I mean, I tried watching it, but it was very complex for me to understand.
we have someone here in Kyle River that 3D prints all of those. He sells them.
That's awesome.
I have not watched a minute of anything Harry Potter, but I know it's huge out there.
Yeah, I watched like a few of them. it was kind of hard for me to understand. I mean, I get what the plot was. I think they went somewhere and they tried to save somebody, or I don't know. I just thought it was Harry Potter went on a train. I've been at the theme parks. I've been on all the rides. But other than that, I was like, what? So,
Keith, have you watched all the movies?
Yeah, and around the Memorial Day weekend, I'm going to take a weekend off from YouTube and watch my Harry Potters again.
Watch them all. How many are there? Was it 4 or 6?
There's 8 movies.
Gee, wow.
7 and 8 are Deathly Hollows, part 1 and 2.
Have you been to the theme parks that have a design like he's got in the back? Tyler's got back
I
there?
have not been there.
Tyler, is it really designed like the movie? I mean, do you feel like you're immersed?
yeah, I've seen some of the movies, and yeah, it's really, really good theme, and I really like that because, fun fact, when they built this with J.K. Rowling, actually J.K. Rowling had all the creative pull. Universal didn't have any of the pull. Basically, Universal paid J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter books, to basically use the IP, but she got to control what actually got there with the theming and everything.
Do you guys know Disney Up Boiler Up?
No.
Well, she's a friend of mine that she gave me the Elder One. She ordered it through Amazon and had Amazon send it.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
So
Keith,
The
that's
don't you
wands
wear
at
a
the theme
hat?
parks are very expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine. So the wands themselves, aren't they like $200 and you play a game with them or something?
Yeah,
The wands?
they're like 50.
The interactive ones at Universal is about $55 plus tax, and the non-interactive that's just a one is like $45 plus tax,
Okay.
and then I don't know how much the lighted ones are. That is a one that's not interactive, but it just lights up.
Well, the interactive ones, it's kind of a game, right? You go different spots and you use it. Is it how it works?
It's kind of like you just go to the like things and they do something. It's like they put on a little show for you.
Now you what? If you don't mind sharing, what do you use for software with yours, Tyler? You're back because I noticed you use it. I can't do video. I just use StreamYard.
It's OBS. I use OBS with 27. OBS 27 basically lets you add video backdrop. OBS is amazing. If you haven't used OBS, I mean that's what I used to go live. It's
So how
amazing.
are you using it? I'm curious because I have OBS. I have all of it. I have all those ones that you use. How do you use OBS with StreamYard?
It's a webcam, so there's a virtual cam input with the new OBS.
So you're
with
using
the
the
updated
virtual.
ones.
Okay, all right.
And I just use that, and it works all the time. I use it for Zoom if I have to do a Zoom meeting. I use it if I have to do anything. I simply plug it in and it works every
So
time.
when you click on the link, like John shares, it brings you to StreamYard.
Yeah, and you have to go in there and select OBS virtual cam, and it will let you put the virtual cam up.
Really?
Yep.
You start up OBS first
Yeah.
under virtual cam, and then you go click on the link, and then
Yes.
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Because you have to because your web camera with using OBS and StreamYard, your web camera won't be allowed to be used anywhere else, so you have to have virtual cam up.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
But I can come on. You can come up just on the. You come up under just OBS when you do a live. You don't go through StreamYard or anything.
Yeah, only time I use StreamYard is if I'm doing hangout shows like this. Other than that, I mostly use just OBS. And if someone wants to come on the show, like I have Nathan sometimes come on the show, I'll just use Discord and record the audio off of Discord.
No, is Nathan
Yeah,
the
he's just
local
getting
to?
professional. He's got 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 cameras.
Wow.
Tyler, is Nathan down in the Florida area, or are you?
He's
talking-
actually up in Salisbury, Maryland, so closer to Baltimore.
Okay.
He's actually next to the shipyard in. I'll see if I pull up a photo he sent me, but yeah, he's close to the shipyard over there where they build the cruise ships.
Because I've caught your shows with him, but it's always just a voice. He doesn't like to come on camera, huh?
No, we just can't get the camera through Discord. We're trying it out, and plus YouTube somehow flags sometimes the videos with him, so it's really weird.
That is weird.
We're working with problems, but he does like to come on camera. I talk to him almost every day. I mean, awesome person. But
You met him through YouTube, right?
Yep, all through YouTube.
Well, and Nick is another one, right? That's
Yes. This is a photo. He drives past this every day. They're building the next American Cruise Line cruise ship right there. That block where it says block here, that's the next American Cruise Line cruise ship.
and that's the one that sails up and down the rivers too, right? Or
Yeah, rivers and intercoastal. I think, Larry, are you a part of your travel agents? You book American Cruise Line, right?
Say that again.
Was Larry, with part of your training with your travel agency, you're registered for American Cruise Line, right? I remember reading that.
I don't know if I registered with American Cruise Lines. I know I'm booked with the main ones that everybody talks about: MSC, Royal Caribbean, NCL, Princess, Carnival, Cunard, Disney.
Okay.
And I actually might be registered with American. Yes, because you talk about American a lot, actually, and I think I did go and register for American.
Yeah, this is one of their newer ships, John. I'll see if I pull it up on OBS. Yeah, this is one of their newer ships right here.
That's
less than 500 people, right?
Less than, I think all their ships carry less than 200. So that's
less than 200.
That's why they're cruising right now, because they don't have to follow the CDC's framework.
Yeah, I think that's you're right, because that's 250. So they must be. They're beautiful looking ships, but they're a little out of my price range. So
yeah, that's same with me. That's why. That's what me and Nathan were talking about. We're like, we love to do them, but the price to go on them are like almost the cost of like a house.
I have a question, John.
What the heck is? This looks like Squidward.
Yeah, Squidward's.
I figure if he's doing that virtually or if that's a mask. It's a virtual, right?
It's a virtual plugin, I think.
It's virtual.
Yeah. Now
he's Mario Kart.
How many of those you have, Keith?
I'm using Snap camera.
You got more? Oh, that one's worse right there. You got any more of those? Those are great. Oh, jeez.
Keith the Cowboy.
Wow. Did you did the whole live this way? We could each come up with a...
The Professor.
Tyler, you don't have a live day, do you?
I was supposed to have one. I don't know if we're going to do it, though, just because this week's been pretty crazy, so not quite sure. But usually there'll be a live at 5 o'clock on Friday, but I'm not think I'm going to do one this week. Most likely probably be one on Sunday at 2 o'clock if no one else is doing one then.
2 o'clock. Okay, have to keep that in mind.
John?
Yeah.
Would you or anyone be interested in ever doing, this is just a far off thought, maybe going on a kind of like a private cruise, like on a catamaran, like with 8 to 10 people?
I don't know. I'd have to know the details. I like being spoiled myself, just talking myself.
Oh, you're spoiled. You're spoiled. Like, this is including food, and you get to pick your own itinerary.
Yeah.
That's spoiled.
How about renting out a mega yacht, like a super
That's
yacht?
what I'm talking about. This is what it is.
I thought you said catamaran. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, no, you can rent whatever you sailboat, catamaran, a powered catamaran.
Okay. On like a 120 foot like mega yacht. Like, I mean.
Oh, you're looking at that. Then you're going to look at like $50,000-$60,000, maybe even more, just for a couple people. Then I'm talking about an affordable price, Tyler.
Larry, I'd always listen, but I'd have to know the details. I have a feeling it probably would be out there for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked up one. Okay, and this is just a random place. It was out of the Bahamas, and it was I can't remember how many foot powered catamaran. This is including food, captain, and staff to do all the cleaning and serving and all that kind of stuff. And for 8 people, it was like 15,000. But you take that 15,000 and divide it by 8, right? That gives you the price per person.
Right.
Right. And so that works out to like $2,500 for a 7-day cruise, all inclusive. But you get to pick your itinerary, go wherever you want, basically. You get fed, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, it's so. I heard someone else talk about that. I mean, it sounds nice. I have a feeling I probably, push came to shove, I personally probably wouldn't do it.
No.
But
Tyler?
I mean, if everything sounds good, I definitely would do it in the future.
Yeah, like it's not the big massive cruise ships where you got, thousands of people. This is like intimate, like with, close people. Like,
Yeah.
you sound like a consider, Larry.
Yeah.
Once you came out with these.
all I'm doing is just trying to put a feeling out there just to get an idea if somebody would do it in the future.
You're right. Right.
Right.
I mean, kind of fun being in an intimate type of thing like that,
Yeah, because I'm in the position where I can create a package. I can work a package deal for everyone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Flights, hotels, the cruise itself, right? I would do all the booking where you just pay for it. So I would be kind of like Carnival or anything else. You know what I mean? And then you just pay through it that way, right?
Yep.
Me and my cousin's gonna get the Walt Disney trip through Costco, her Costco membership.
Yes, they always have good deals through Costco. Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, that'd be fun. What are you going down for a week, Keith?
We're gonna have 4 full days at Walt Disney World, and then 2 days after that, spend time with my second cousin, my cousin's daughter,
Right.
and then fly back. I'm going to talk to her to see about maybe we can fly from Omaha to Orlando instead of from KCI. That way, she won't have to worry about paying for parking at the airport.
Right.
Because we can get OMA Link there in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yep.
That'll run between Lincoln, Nebraska and Epley Field in Omaha.
That sounds good.
The airport where I'm at, Keith, is a 10-minute walk away from my house.
Really? That's pretty good.
Doesn't it get a little noisy?
I'm an av geek, so airplane noise does not bother me one bit. I actually love it, right? And so living here, it's not as busy as KCI and all those kind of things, but you still hear the noise, but it doesn't register for me because it's not an annoying sound to me, right? I've been fascinated with flight all my life. Like I could live on an airplane if I could.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those small plane airports, they're not as bad as the big commercial flight airports.
Hey, Tyler,
So the town I live in right now, Keith, it's only 20,000 people, so it's just a one-way, small little town airport. We do have an airline that goes from between here and Vancouver, which is a 30-minute flight. So, and that pre-COVID, it was like 6 to 8 trips a day, so return trips a day. So,
in Idaho, there's this one-letter carrier. He has to fly a plane to get to this one area to deliver mail.
I'll volunteer.
Tyler, I got a question for you. The railway that's supposed to be coming in down there between, with the airport and Disney, and then I think it's going to run down the coast to Miami.
Yeah, so as of right now, they have the train built from West Palm down to Miami. They're working on making it go all the way down to Miami, the cruise port, Dodge Island. That's part of the phase 2. As of right now, they're currently working on phase 2, which is basically from West Palm all the way up to OIA or MCO, the airport, and then down to the port of Miami. That's phase 2. Phase 3, in theory, will take it from the airport in Orlando, MCO, all the way up to the Tampa. So that's, as of right now, that's phase 3. Also, with phase 3, they're going to be stopping at Walt Disney World.
So it's a while off then.
The train supposedly, no, all the way from Cocoa Beach to Miami, or they're almost done with that. I mean, at least up to where our section is with Cocoa Beach, they're about to put the train tracks on because they're really close from being done. I mean, there's sections which are still a lot of work left to do, but supposedly, according to Brightline, which who runs the trains they're building, the OIA station is almost finished.
Okay. So there is a portion of it that is running right now?
Yes, there is.
And you got no background there, huh? No that you could fly by. You should
Yeah,
I should be queuing you in here. You should be flying these up.
I know
As
they
of right now,
need
I don't have any footage.
they need a train to the Miami cruise terminal because I had booked a hotel in Dade County, I guess, outside of the downtown Miami, and I was watching some YouTube videos, and it's like there's a long drive, and then you got to get off, or like a train ride. You got to get off, and then you got to take an Uber from wherever the last stop is over to the port. It's like, well, why wouldn't you have like a underground train going all the way over to the port? Like
They are. Elon Musk is building that.
the
Boring
Hyperloop.
tunnel. Yeah, the Hyperloop.
Yeah.
It isn't really so hyper. I mean, the one in Las Vegas is kind of slow, actually. It's not what they hype it up to be, but it's still pretty cool.
There's one in Vegas already?
Yeah, there's one in Vegas. It's not like hyper, like someone still drives it, but yeah, there's a Hyperloop. I mean, it's the first one ever.
I didn't hear that. Wow.
It just goes around the convention center. It doesn't go like around the city yet, but it just goes around the convention center. And they're working on the one around the city. So there's 2 projects right now. There's the one in Vegas that goes around the whole entire city, or parts of the city, and then there's the one in Miami, which supposedly is going to go places. They haven't quite said where in Miami, but will be interesting. Plus, Virgin, which owns Brightline now, is working on building the train all the way to their new cruise terminal down at the port of Miami. Because as of right now,
Good.
as of right now, there is a train passageway to the port. That's where the cargo comes from, the big cargo ships. But there's no passenger terminal.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Okay.
That's it. I'm just hoping that gets built sooner than later. Be nice.
Yeah, it's supposedly still in the works right now as we speak.
Larry, you had a question earlier, and Tyler could give a lot of good input to this too about the packing thing we had talked about earlier.
Oh, what to bring on a cruise ship?
Yeah, you want to throw that, or how much to pack type of thing? Because he'd be a good one to answer from his point of view.
Yeah.
What do you bring when you go on a 7-day cruise, Tyler?
Usually I'm wearing like I wear now. We usually just normal t-shirts and shorts, and for dinner, we usually just put on a nice casual polo shirt on or something like that. But other than that, I mean, I bring a pair of swimming pants. But tip is I learned, buy if you find some the swimming pants that look like normal shorts. That they're like high-end shorts. They're not look like swimming trunks. You look like they're really high-end right there. They look like you can wear them anywhere.
So just below the knee?
Yeah, so below the knee. I mean, that's what I wear.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they look like you're wearing dress pants because it's a texture or something. You can wear them in the water.
Yeah.
And I'll wear that. Like if we're going out for dinner and I want to go maybe on the flow rider at the night, I'll go to dinner and then go straight to the flow rider and.
So you don't
right on.
necessarily need to bring like a suit and tie.
I mean, depends what cruise you do. If you do a Cunard cruise, you need to bring a suit and tie. But if
So
you're
I'm
doing-
going on Carnival. Now they
Yeah.
do say they have formal nights. You don't have to.
Oh yeah, Carnival. They're especially nowadays. Yeah, it's casual formal. It's not suit and tie with a bow tie and like dresses for the ladies. No, it's pure.
The reason why I'm saying it, I'm going on a group cruise with John and everybody else. I don't want to go there like in a tuxedo and everybody else is just wearing a collared shirt like I'm wearing right now and long sleeves and I'm gonna feel out of place. You know what I mean?
That'd be kind of like casually nice, but not fully
Gotcha.
formal.
Yeah.
In the old days, Tyler was telling Larry that I would actually have to carry a garment bag with a suit, but then I got really lazy, and it's like you said, a collared shirt of any kind will get you in probably.
Short
And dress
sleeve or long
pants.
sleeve? Does it have to be long or it doesn't matter?
No,
Oh,
doesn't have to be long. No, as long as it's got a collar. That's
So just hypothetically speaking, I can show up with this,
I don't know what you got from below the waist, though, Larry. Are you
I'm
in
not
underwear?
showing you. I'm not
Cruise
standing
lines,
up.
yeah, cruise lines recently have been very, very relaxed on their dress code. I mean, compared to when I first started cruising back in 2014, they've been downhill. I mean, they even now on ships, on some of the Royal Caribbean ships that do shorter itineraries. Like don't know Carnival, but I know Carnival they're also really not that strict with formal night. They even on Royal Caribbean, some of the ships they even got rid of formal night. They call it a smart or wear your best night. That's what they call it. They call it wear your best night. It's not formal night anymore. They got rid of that. So,
Sean, you're lucky I can't really show you what I really want to show you right now.
Some people will still dress to the nines, though. It's unbelievable.
There is no way I'm dressing to the nines if somebody's sitting next to me that's not dressed. No. Because I don't dress to the nines.
I'm not saying your table, but in general, because I want those formal pictures. Yeah.
I wore a suit twice in my life. Once for my first wedding, and the second for my nephew's wedding, only because I was an usher. That's it. I'll never wear a suit, really.
yeah.
Sean would probably be in a nice suit, though.
Sean's just having a little fantasy over here. That's all that is.
Hey, Larry, usually each year they have a Negro League celebration in Major League Baseball where the your favorite team will dress up in their what was the Negro League team that was there, and the fans would be optional to dress to the nines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think I got the idea how it's going to be for me. With the collared shirts and some pants, casual pants and some shoes. Yeah, okay. I don't need my tie then. I don't need to worry about the tie then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So actually, you were asking me though, also, Larry, like how many suitcases you take, right? It wasn't just.
I was going to get to that. Tyler, how many suitcases should me and my wife bring between two of us for an 8-day cruise?
2 suitcases.
Okay. 2 large suitcases or a large case and a carry-on? Because I'm flying also.
Yeah, probably because you're flying, you're doing pre-cruise nights. I'd say maybe a large suitcase probably be about right.
What did you say? Sorry?
Yeah, probably a large suitcase. For 2 large suitcases, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so, Larry, we bring one large one, and then we have a backpack, and then a handbag with all medical-related stuff.
Since we get 2 free carry-ons under 50 pounds, and then it's $30 each way for a bigger suitcase. So that will work, right? So each of us have our own carry-on luggage plus the big one, right? That's all you need. And then fill whatever you can into that. 150 pounds each.
Suitcases are usually check-ins, and backpacks would be considered carry-ons.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Danny. I also have my CPAP
machine.
Hey,
Chris!
I have my CPAP machine that's not considered anything, so...
Is that that's small? That's relatively small, right?
Yeah, it's like a laptop case, but that doesn't count in what we're allowed. So because you're allowed carry on plus a personal item that can fit under the seat in front of you, which I understand is like 18 inches. So I found this luggage set that's one large one carry on which is 22 inches, and then an 18-inch one which is basically so I can basically have 2 suitcases on board and then a check baggage. Like, wow, I've never flown that way before.
Hey guys, I gotta pop on out of here. It was great talking with you, Larry.
Awesome talking to you, Tyler.
And Larry, Tyler, thank you very much for coming up.
Absolutely.
Nice talking to you, Tyler.
You too, Keith. We'll see
Let's
you later.
see some more beach footage, more cruise ship footage.
You bet. We'll try our best this summer. Going to be a crazy summer with content, so stay tuned.
And Tyler, you want to just give a
Tyler, get them, open it up.
Give a quick summary of your channel and what's coming up before you leave.
Absolutely. So I'm Tyler, and I got 2 channels: the Tyler Show and the Cruise Junkie. The main channel, the Tyler Show, we have specifically cruising content. It's either ship spotting, theme park content, and other random travel films. And then on my second channel, The Cruise Junkie, I publish YouTube cruising shorts whenever I produce those. And again, if you haven't checked them out already, please go ahead. Again, trying to get to 1,000 friends by the end of this year, so on the main channel. So again, we appreciate all of you guys' support.
What are you at, Tyler, right now? Because you were gaining some ground.
672.
Okay, so you're gaining ground now. All right. Well, good luck, and thanks for joining us, Tyler.
Yeah, have a good weekend,
Bye,
guys.
Tyler.
Okay. That was Mr. Tyler. So were you saying something, Larry?
Probably went through and sorry.
Okay. No, I guess you were just talking about the luggage you had bought. I didn't know if you were finished with that.
No, I'm just looking. We're looking to buy. So I think I got the idea what I should bring and what not to bring and stuff. Like I was telling you earlier, I had that hockey bag and over $130 worth of weight. It's like, no, I don't want to get that way.
Right.
Plus, we're flying. I don't want to spend arm and a leg just for somebody to hold my suitcase. And so I think, one large check bag, which is only $30 each way. That's nothing. And then have the free carry-ons. Yeah.
Hey, Najuma Brown.
There's Najuma. That's our girl.
No, Najuma?
Najuma, I saw you answering Sean earlier about going on a cruise, and I saw your answer, and it's sad, but I would really love you to go. If you do, I promise you, I'll be a really good boy.
Probably take more than that. But...
We love you, Najuma.
Yeah, she was thinking of going to one point, right?
Yes.
Did you say something, Keith?
I wonder if Danny's still at the school he works at, because I know if they had kids going to school, the school probably just let out just about 11 minutes ago, and
I know.
And generally teachers are generally not done until by the time of 5 o'clock.
Yeah, he's popped. I'm just speaking for Danny now, but he usually pops in sometimes when his classes are over before he goes home. So,
yeah,
I'm guessing. Speak of the devil, he can answer himself. He's driving home. I'm just guessing. Hey, Dan.
Danny!
Hey, what's going on,
hey,
guys?
Danny Grizz.
Oh, you
What up,
Dan?
Plumpy? Good to see you.
You too, man. Where you at? Where you at? I can't see.
I've been missing you, Larry.
I've been missing everybody else. That's what I'll say right now.
I'm just driving to Target. My Friday errands: Target and then Sonic.
Oh, sounds good.
What is up with this Sonic? I talk to my daughter all the time. That's all she ever wants to do. Oh, I'm going to go Sonic.
It's just a car hop fast food restaurant. It's based here. The headquarters are here in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
They have it down here in the south.
Yeah, when I was in New Mexico last time, I saw one. We didn't go, but yeah, I saw. Yeah, it just looks like a regular fast food joint. Like we got A&W, McDonald's, and we just last week, I think it was, got an A&W.
There you go.
Danny,
you were on the wrong side of the car. No, it's the cameras showing on the wrong side.
And I think that's directed to you, Larry.
It's okay. I understand the Juma.
So you're heading from school, Danny, I assume.
Yeah. We have 9 school days left. Actually, only 8 school days left after today, and then that last day is just a work day for teachers, and that's it. Then we're done.
And then it's vacation time for Danny.
Yep.
You got plans?
You're exactly right, because that day that we get done with school, that is the day that we leave to go on our vacation. So you're absolutely right.
You going back to Disney or somewhere else?
No, we're gonna drive that night. We're gonna drive from here to Omaha, Nebraska. Go to the Henry Doorly Zoo there.
Nice.
and then we're gonna go up into South Dakota, go to Badlands National Park, and go to
Oh, wow.
Keystone and see Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, and Custer State Park, and all that. And then from there we're gonna drive over into Wyoming and go to Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Park. And then on the way back, we're going to stop through Colorado and go to Rocky Mountain National Park.
Well, that's wild. That's great. So what are you doing? Like a 2-week thing or more?
About 2 weeks, yep.
Yeah. So
Hey,
driving.
John, Danny, that my daughter's getting married in April, which is
Right.
not too far from where Oklahoma is. So we're thinking about driving down, which is a 29-hour drive for the wedding. But I thought, you know what, maybe Oklahoma's not too far. I can get to see you and Raphael if I plan a
That'd be
trip
cool.
over. How far away do you really think that is? Like how far of a drive from Albuquerque to where you guys are? Roughly.
About 8 or 9 hours.
So basically like driving to Las Vegas as well.
It's
Yeah.
a lot closer. It's a lot closer for me to get to New Mexico than it is for Raphael, because I'm closer to the west side of Oklahoma. He's closer to the east side.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like I can go straight down 40, Larry, from my house. I have 40s pretty much in my backyard.
Oh,
I
okay.
can go straight down 40 to get to Albuquerque.
Yeah, and Danny can avoid the Oklahoma Panhandle, but he would more likely go through the Texas Panhandle.
Yeah, Texas.
Oh,
man.
okay.
That's right.
And what is a
Amarillo
panhandle again?
and West-
Sorry,
yeah.
what is a panhandle again?
It's a
Well,
it's a narrow
Well
strip
done.
of land between if you ever seen Oklahoma and Texas, where Texas Panhandle is sided by Oklahoma on the east and north, and New Mexico on the west, and then the Oklahoma Panhandle is bordered by Kansas and Colorado on the north, Texas and New Mexico on the south.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever looked at, Larry, if you look at the shape of the state of Oklahoma, and our state basically looks like a giant frying pan.
Yeah, and
And
Texas
so the
looks
part
like
of
a
the
boot.
pan that would be the handle is called the panhandle. It's the northwest part of our state.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's why it's called the panhandle, because it looks like the handle of a pan, because our whole entire state looks like a darn frying pan. That's mainly why.
Okay, so here we go. There we go. And then there's Oklahoma. Oh,
And then right below-
I see. Yeah,
right
there's
below
the
the-
panhandle.
Right below the Oklahoma panhandle, you got what's called the Texas panhandle, because it's the back part of the toilet. People say that the state of Texas can look like a toilet, and so the panhandle of Texas is like the back part of the toilet. It's like the tank.
And it's just like if you go north of Orlando and start going west on I-10,
The
sooner or
panhandle.
later you'll be in the Florida Panhandle.
Destin and Pensacola and all that, that's called panhandle as well. You're right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then Nebraska has a panhandle. It's neighbored by Colorado on the south,
Oh, yeah.
Montana on the west.
Hmm.
Not Montana,
South Dakota.
Wyoming.
Wyoming, yeah.
Yeah, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Where's Wyoming? Why can't I find that Wyoming? Where's Wyoming? Oh,
John,
okay.
what have you been up to?
Now I know where.
Not much, really. Just trying to get a few lives up here. I hadn't done one in a while, and with all this travel stuff coming out, it's just kind of exciting right now.
Yeah.
But I'd love to do road trip like you've been doing. We've been looking at Disney. We're looking at, we want to do the national parks, but that probably won't happen for another year. I'd love to go out west. A lot of stuff out there.
this road trip that I'm talking about, I'm a little nervous because it's a lot of desertous areas. So I don't know how to calculate how long I should drive for before I get like a hotel or gas, all that kind of stuff. I get a little worried, like going across like on the Route 66. At least you're into these small little towns. Yeah, there we go.
Took me a long time to get that up.
I got a little quiz for you. Which two states of the U.S. has peninsula, and which one has two peninsulas?
Jeez.
Let me look.
Say that again, one more time, Keith.
Which two states has peninsulas, and which of them has two peninsulas?
Let's see here.
Is Florida one of them?
Florida's one, obviously.
Florida's one of them with a peninsula.
I got
Virginia?
a feeling the other one is far northwest, right below where Larry is.
The one with the two peninsulas is Michigan, the Upper Peninsula and the Lower
Michigan,
Peninsula.
there it is.
Michigan,
Yeah, you're right.
really?
You're right.
Really?
Touche. Hey, I'm gonna find some headphones real quick, so I'm just gonna hide my camera and mute myself, and then I'll be back on, guys.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of that, I got my nice Beats, and this happened. Now I gotta find somebody that's gonna be able to.
What's on? I can't. What happened to it? I can't really tell.
I don't know. Like I went for a road trip, and I come back and pulled these out of the bag, and they were like that. It's like, oh no.
How old are those? Can you reflect?
Not even a year old. Or sorry, no, sorry, a little over a year old. There, I already looked. There's no warranty. It's already passed.
Really?
I'm
Jeez.
really upset. But I did look on YouTube. There is a way to fix it. It's only a few bucks, but I don't know how to solder. And yeah.
Hi, Don.
Where's Dawn?
The Hitchhiking Bones.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay. There. Yeah, it's called the
Panhandle. Yeah, Texas.
See, I've heard of the Panhandle. I just never knew what it meant. And then you're saying, yeah, okay, I understand now.
Florida's got Pensacola area.
A peninsula is usually surrounded by water.
Yeah. We have. I actually have to go on a peninsula here where I live. So where I live, Keith, I have to take 2 ferries when I leave my town, and so the first ferry is a 50-minute ferry ride. Then I get an hour and a half ride on a peninsula, and then I get in on another ferry for 40 minutes, which brings me into Vancouver. So I know what a peninsula is. Yeah.
Don
You
says
know
hello
what
to
an
you.
isthmus is?
What was that term?
You know what an isthmus is?
Isthmus. Yeah, I did.
It's a narrow strip of land between two body of waters, and a good example is Central America between Mexico and South America.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
And what's that called again? How do you pronounce that?
Isthmus.
Is it IS?
ISTHMIS. Isthmus. Well, MUS. Isthmus.
Yeah, like Panama.
So would it be something like in the Mississippi River? If you have a piece of land in the middle of that, would it be considered an isthmus?
No, it would be kind of like a small island.
Okay. Huh.
Because it has to still be connected to bigger lands.
Now, have either of you two traveled to national parks at all?
In America, have I been to? I'm going to see. I didn't go directly to one.
Surprisingly, some beautiful ones up in Canada too, which I saw on online.
Oh, in Canada? Oh, I've been to many in Canada. Sorry. I was looking at American parks. Have I ever been to them? I'm just looking. So I've basically driven through the Cascades, I think it's called North Cascades National Park. No, that's over that way. No, not in America. In Canada, John.
Right?
In Canada, oh yeah, I've been through numerous parks in Canada. Jasper National Park, Banff National Park. Gosh, let me see. Edmonton. What parks was I in Edmonton? A few in Edmonton. What's this one up here? Fort McMurray. Give me a sec here. Where's Fort McMurray? I need to find where Fort McMurray is on here. Okay, there we go. Birch Mountains Wiggle End Provincial Park. Gosh. There's so many. I can't even go through them because there's so many I've been through here. Yeah, but it's never been, okay, I'm going to this park or that park other than Jasper or Banff.
You know where the Bering Strait is?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's between Alaska and Siberia.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, it looked weird the way it looked like something different the way he's got his glasses. Okay, now I see. All right.
Oh, he's back in he's in targets, I guess.
And now with the mask, he looks like a robot.
Yeah, there's some character on TV movies he looks like with the mask on.
To infinity and beyond.
Hold the father back. What is it now?
Looks like a Kool-Aid guy. Nope.
Could be a frog.
A pickle. I'm guessing a pickle.
Almost look like angry Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I got no idea. Anybody need anything at
They
Target?
had Target up in Canada?
Do they really?
They did. It lasted
Oh, they
not
did.
even a year.
Jeez.
Anyone need anything from Dan while he's there?
I'm trying to remember Target. Okay, so they're like a Walmart, kind of.
I know what
Without the
Keith
food.
needs. Keith needs some new undergarments.
Doing all that off farting.
All that all farting, that's right. So this week, John, they changed the mask mandate at the school. I don't know why they did that with only 3 weeks left.
Yeah. So what is it?
They changed it to where when the kids are in the classroom, they don't have to wear their mask.
Now you still have your distancing though, right? Supposedly.
Well, supposedly, but basically the rule is as long as they're in their room, as long as they're in the classroom, they don't have to wear their mask. But when they're out in public areas, then they do. And
It's going wild out there. Hey, welcome in, Summer Push. Really good to see you.
Love that name because I used to, talking about national parks, John, I used to climb the mountains during our breaks. Like I would work split shifts.
Yeah.
Work like 8 till 12 in the morning. And then from 12 until 6 o'clock at night, we'd had 6-hour break. And then from 6 until 11, that's how I worked. So in that middle, we would go hiking and hitting the top. And that was the most amazing feeling, is hitting the summit of a mountain. Right. It's
Have you watched any of Jason's videos?
I think I've watched a few. I know I'm subscribed.
He just put one out there that kind of summarized a lot of the trek last night.
Doesn't he have 2 channels? Is it him that has the 2 channels?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one's the Travel Scouts. His wife's been kind of running that, and he's been doing they collab together, but basically they.
So yeah, I'm actually here. I want to show you. I can show you right now. I don't have one with the picture of me, but here's a panorama of one of the mountains in Jasper that this was at the peak of another mountain, looking towards another mountain that's taller than it.
I wish I could zoom that in more. You can't just. Can you grab one frame? Like, can I pull Larry in here? So we do that StreamYard.
Hey, John, click on the top right of Larry's window.
Of Larry's
and you
window.
can
Okay.
Show solo layout.
Thank you. I've always wondered. Look at that.
There we go. Okay, so that's. I'm going to show you one first. This here. This is actually two different peaks. So how do I point? I can't point on here. Can't reach that.
just point to the picture.
So right here is my happy spot, as I call it. And that picture here is taken from here, looking towards the mountain over here. But yeah.
So Larry, do you enjoy the right or the left peak more?
I give them both the same attention.
Did you take those pictures, Larry?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I got you on that one, Danny.
Was a big coverage.
I can tell you, dude. Hey, speaking of mountains, you know Grand Teton National Park. You know what that stands for, right?
No, what?
Great.
Grand Teton is French for large Tetons.
What's a Teton?
With your imagination.
It's
Thanks for joining us, Sean. Have a good night or day. What is it over there? He's 12 hours. So it must be
What's
what?
a Teton?
4:30
Have a
in the morning
good
over
day
there?
there, Sean. It's morning over there for him.
It's like 4:30 in the morning, right?
No, it's
Basically,
probably
Larry,
about 9 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, I think.
I thought
Grand
they were
Tetons
12.
are large breast.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That's what it means.
The things you
I didn't
learn.
know that. Thank
Large
you.
breast national park. You're welcome.
A teacher is always teaching.
Yeah. You know what? I always love my teachers, except for one.
Hey, but that's not why it's my favorite national park.
No.
But there's a saying in martial arts of the student has become the teacher.
Sure.
You're very correct, young grasshopper.
Actually, John, if I can, I want to show Danny a photo, recent photo that I took.
Last time I saw a photo of you, you were wearing a coconut bra and a hula skirt.
Well, his eyes were burned for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
Where's the picture?
Let me try to get away from. I don't want anybody to freak out here in Target. So.
Oh yeah, one
All
thing. Do not put icy hot on your forehead, especially the roll-on version, because
Oh,
it'll
Lord.
drip down into your eyes and it burns.
Sounds like a man speaking of experience here.
Yeah.
I look like Maverick. I look like one of those Top Gun guys.
No, you know what it is? You said that from Silence of the Lambs. I think that's what it reminded me of.
How about
How
this?
do I share this with you, John?
That's going to scare someone, Danny, in there. What did you say, Larry?
How do I share this photo with you?
Just click on the.
Share code.
There we go. Okay, no, I got it figured out here. Okay, window, Chrome tab. No, that's not it. Okay, I need to bring up this photo on the other side so Danny can see it. Just give me a minute. Let me set it up. I'm still learning how to do this. You guys are like professionals.
Well,
That.
I don't know if I say that.
There we go. Now, there we go.
All
There
right,
you
I
go.
see it down there. Okay, let's bring that up. Let's
Danny,
see,
this is a photo for you, okay?
All right, I guess.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Talking about Tetons.
I'm trying to think of the island now. Is it Saint Kitts? Not Saint Kitts.
So this is a recent photo that I took on a trip into Vancouver.
I guarantee you that boat's having a good time.
Sorry, I just had to do this. It was fitting with the conversation.
That's Vancouver, huh?
Actually, yes. Yes.
These are really okay. It looks like it's an island in the Caribbean that has that same view. Saint.
John, we need to keep our fantasies to ourselves, okay?
Oh, I'm telling you, somewhere on here. Hey, thanks for coming in, guys. Nice to see you.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, stomach push. I love that word because it just, I know the feeling of after you've accomplished the summit of a mountain, it's exhilarating, right? And so, yeah, his name of his channel, I just love it. What's this?
That looks like, what's his
This
name?
guy enjoyed drawing some Tetons. He enjoyed painting Tetons.
Oh, happy trees!
Bob Ross, right?
Yes, happy trees.
What is it? I'm trying to
What are
figure
those
it
things
out.
anyway, Danny? What are they?
Oh, it's I don't know what the heck it is.
Are they like pillows?
I'm over here by the Funko. Am I like frozen or something?
No, you're moving.
No, you're moving.
See, now you got to
It's
show me
all
how
glitchy on
to.
my end.
You show me how to use your button now, Dan. I'm going crazy with it now. I never knew you could do that.
Oh, it's like a kid robot. It says,
Oh,
"Hug me, try me." I guess he talks.
show me. Let's see.
Hug
Oh,
me.
that's the same one, right?
Oh, that's so cute.
He's not doing anything.
I don't hear
I
anything.
don't know what the heck.
Just keep hugging him.
I
Go
don't hear
ahead.
anything either.
It might work.
Let me hug this guy.
Oh, gee.
Freddy.
That's supposed to be Freddy?
That's Freddy.
Freddy Krueger.
Boy, there were some weird puppets there.
That's some weird toys here at Target today. That's for sure.
Probably looking over at you wondering what the heck you're doing.
Hey, John.
This is
and
more my style,
This is
John.
recorded, John.
I know. Yeah, it seems to be. Oh, Godzilla. Godzilla, my favorite.
Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, my brother had a 8mm video of the original Godzilla.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember going.
I was trying to check out the Funko Pops they have here.
Are you do you collect Funkos?
Are
Landon
those
started
little
to. He's got
stuffed little
about 4 or 5
thingies
of
that
them.
everybody keeps in a box that I see
Yeah.
everybody collect? Is that what they're called? What are they called?
Funko Pops.
Yeah. What is up
Yeah.
with the rave about that? Oh, that looks cool though.
Well, there were some neat looking ones, but there were people. You've seen the ones, Danny, on Monarch Moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Him
would
and,
love.
Gangster.
Well, I keep telling them I'd love them to take me in the room. They have these things on display. Can you imagine that?
I have this one, Larry, at home. Because I was a big Masters He-Man fan when I was little.
He-Man.
So I actually have this one at home.
Oh, cool.
Skeletor.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They got a lot in there.
Masters of the Universe.
No, that one's pretty rare. They only have 2 right now. I bought Landon Michael Jordan one, like about a month ago. He really liked that one.
Yeah, he's a Michael Jordan fan, huh?
Well, yeah, he just likes sports, kind of
Right.
like you guys.
I didn't realize he was big in the sports. That's interesting.
Hey, here's one that Larry likes. He used to work out to this guy's videos.
I don't
See
know
him,
who that
Larry?
is.
Who
Is
is
that
it?
supposed
Oh,
to be-
Richard
that's supposed to be
Simmons.
Simmons, is it? That's supposed to be Richard Simmons?
Richard Simmons, yeah.
Jeez. God, that was
I
a
can see,
fad. Huh? Remember that?
I can see Larry in his headbands
Yeah, I can picture
working
that.
out the.
I need a headband. We're gonna hang out with Mr. Simmons.
Pretty cool. I'm actually trying to buy some root beer and some lemonade. We went there in Branson this past weekend, right? Kimberly and the boys surprised me for my birthday.
Yeah.
And we went to Branson, and there at Branson Landing, they actually have their own moonshine distillery.
Oh, cool.
So I
I've
bought
never
some.
tried moonshine. I would like to.
We bought some strawberry moonshine and some. It's called
Wait a minute.
cake batter moonshine, buttercream moonshine. But the lady they had a moonshine testing there, and she mixed the strawberry up with lemonade, like a strawberry lemonade, and then the root beer or the cake batter one with root beer, so it tasted just like a root beer float.
Wow,
That was
you
So we
learned
got-
something. You know what? I actually thought moonshine was like one flavor, and
That's
it's
what I thought.
going down. And now you're saying it's flavored?
I think this place is called Smith Creek Moonshine Distillery. I think they had about 10 or 12 different flavored moonshines.
Is it real strong?
The ones we bought aren't. Some of them will burn like heck.
Yeah.
But these ones that we got, they're very smooth. They don't have that burn to them at all.
Now, do
So
they
that's
smell
why we
like
got
rubbing alcohol?
The original one does.
Yeah. Because
The
that's
one
why
that
I
doesn't
won't
have the
drink this.
added flavor.
There's absolute. I think it's absolute vodka. I won't drink that because it reminds me of
Absolute,
rubbing
yeah.
alcohol. I do like vodka.
So the word absolute without the E, right?
Yeah, absolute. Yeah, that's what it was.
Here, I'll show you. I know John's favorite.
What's your favorite, John?
I don't know. I think he's showing
I'll
it
show
to
you.
us. He's going to
I'm
show
getting
us.
ready to show you John's. I know John's favorite soda. Let me just fix my camera so you guys can see it.
Oh, he's going to show. Okay. All right, here we go.
See, now let me blow it up. I can't read. I'm going blind here, so let me see if I can do it.
Zero calorie soda. Root beer.
John loves that.
Actually, that's all I drink is the 0 calorie stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
The Zevia.
Zevia. I didn't realize they had a brand. That would be pretty cool.
That's
I'm
what
having
you drink, John. That one
Have you
time.
tried it before?
That one time that you showed us that 2 liter of the 0
Yes.
calorie pop. That's what it was this.
I have a
Okay.
feeling this is made with stevia, I'm assuming.
We thought it had a little bit of an aftertaste, so we haven't bought it since. But
I've
I
had
bought
this
6.
one.
Wait a minute.
I've
Hold
had
hold
the
your
cream
finger
soda
there.
and I've had the root beer.
Ginger,
I've had that
ginger
one,
root
the
beer.
cream soda,
Yeah.
and the root beer.
I have to be
But I haven't
honest
had
with you
the cola.
guys. I have to be honest
This
with
is
you
like a
guys.
Dr.
You guys
Pepper's
are like
calorie, I
triggering
guess.
me here.
Like Dr. Pepper.
My favorite type of beer is root.
Yeah, he has it right there.
Oh, mug root beer.
I like mug root beer. Is that diet
This is
though, Dan?
best. No, this one's
No.
best for landing. For that reason right there. That's why we get
Yeah.
that kind for landing.
Danny,
That's not-
to your
No
left, that's a
caffeine.
really down. That one down there is really strange seeing it in America. The one in the bottom. Yeah.
What do you mean
That
it's
is-
strange? You never see that, Larry?
No, I've seen it, but it just seems strange whenever I see it in videos or pictures. Canada
Okay,
Dry in
right.
America. It's just.
Yeah,
It's
you
a good
never
pop,
think-
actually. It's good for when you're not feeling well.
You never think about it, but where do you get that? Where's it get that name from?
Huh? Oh, now you're putting me on the spot because I'm Canadian. I should know every answer about Canada.
Well, yeah, shouldn't you?
Danny does it to me all the time. No, I'm kidding. I suck at trivia, really, I do. Oh, there's the Mountain Dew I used to like.
The lemonade?
I gave up drinking soda almost 4 years ago.
Will you drink like seltzer water and carbonated water or anything, or nothing?
Okay, so I drank this. I drank milk, and I drank coffee, and I drank one small can of Red Bull every morning.
Milk.
Oh, Danny, I can drink a gallon of milk a day.
Regular milk?
Gee, that's what my dad used to do too.
Okay, I'm just gonna say yes, John.
Like we drink the almond milk. That's all we drink here. I didn't know if it was that kind of thing.
No, I drink. I can drink. I love homogenized, but I drink 2% to try to keep the fat down a little bit.
Right.
And I was drinking 1% for a while, but I drink 2% milk.
Hey, Larry, have you ever tried milk straight from the cow?
Yep. Not from the teat to my mouth, but from the cow to a machine, and then they pull it out of there. You know?
Why am I picturing Larry down on the ground trying to?
Well, that's the only thing that I can think about when he was saying that.
We got the Vajon family watching from Barbados. They're probably wondering what the heck you guys are talking about.
Oh, Barbados! Oh. I promise I will be in Barbados one day because I want to go to the St. Vincent and the Grenadines where I have a friend that lives, and it's the only way I can seem to get on a cruise that will go there.
Barbados is one of our favorite islands. Have you have obviously haven't been there yet. Danny,
No.
have you been there on a cruise?
Nope.
No, that is a great island.
Oh, that whole area down south, or actually that's east, isn't it?
Hey guys,
Yeah,
have you ever tried
Hey, there we
milk?
go.
Have you ever tried milk straight from a nanny goat?
I've never had goat milk.
What the?
I've actually never tried goat milk, Keith. I would like to try
It's sweet. It tastes sweet.
it. Really? Then I won't like
Yeah.
it. No.
Here's Kenny's aisle. Ford man.
Oh, spicy.
Is that his favorite snack?
This is his new go-to stuff.
Blue
Takis. Well,
If anyone out there is wondering, Danny is giving us a tour of the local Oklahoma Target.
You know what?
Pretty much.
Actually, John and Danny, because yes, we have our own grocery stores and department stores up here. But when I go to America, you guys have a lot more variety of stuff in your grocery stores than we do.
Yeah.
And that's why I like it. It's like, oh, wow, that looks cool. I can try that. I'll try this. And I'm sure vice versa.
hey, John, I'm going to show you. Let me show you something that you'll want to buy. If I can find it. You like pretzels, guys? Do y'all like pretzels?
Yeah.
I love them, but I gave them up a year ago. But I love them.
These
Now
right
we're eating.
here, those are amazing.
Dots,
Oh, that's
home
it. What's that?
Never heard of them.
They're pretzel sticks, and they come from South Dakota, I'm pretty sure.
I would try
No,
that.
North Dakota. From
What's
North Dakota.
special? What's special about them?
Just the way it tastes is amazing. You'd have to try it, but it's really great. They taste really, really good.
Each different product of like Pringles, so you have different flavors, and it's the same thing with eating anything else. It's a pretzel, but the flavor changes from product to product. See, that's really weird for me, seeing wine on a shelf, alcohol on the shelf. That's what I'll say.
You know what, Larry? They just brought this to our state about 2 years ago.
Really? Wow.
Up until then, we couldn't buy wine or any other kind of like stronger alcohol outside of beer, except at the liquor store or like at 7-Eleven or something like that.
In Quebec, the province of Quebec, they have this like in grocery stores and corner stores, I guess you would call them. But here, it's liquor store. I think Alberta and Ontario, they have beer and wine, and then they have liquor stores, which is really weird to me. I'm just used to going to a liquor store and getting my alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, Walmart has beer and wine. I will get most of the wine at the Walmart, which is
That's right. Yeah, because when I went to visit my daughter last time, we were at a Walmart, and yeah, alcohol, and it's like, what?
well, beer and wine, like Danny's saying. We don't have. You can't get hard liquor in these stores. You got to go to the liquor store.
Oh,
Danny,
Danny,
are you
keep
watching
me
the
away
ball
from
game or
this aisle,
something?
Danny. Don't, please. You're gonna make me want everything there. Honey buns? Did I just see honey buns? Oh, there they are. I love honey buns.
See, I like everything but the snowballs that you showed first.
Oh, this is an aisle that I really need to stay away from.
These were my go-to, John.
Zebras, those are good.
Zebra
Oh,
cake.
I don't like the zebra.
Yeah.
I like those though. Yeah.
And,
Yeah, no, there's a
peanut
lot of
butter.
good stuff there. It looks like, are you watching a ball game or
Thanks,
something
guys.
like Dan? It looks like you're getting a lot of comfort food
Oh,
here.
the Nutty Buddies. Oh, they're good.
Those are good too, yeah.
I'm not allowed to do most of the grocery shopping anymore. Kimberly does it now.
I can see why.
I'm not either, Danny. I get in trouble too.
I can see why.
Well, look at that carriage. It's all comfort food, which would be you and the boys. I have a great time tonight, but
When we go to grocery shopping together,
That's all I got. That's all I got right now.
well,
That's
you're
what
holding
my-
up
my
stuff.
wife did.
You're probably gonna go back and get those other cakes things that you've been showing us.
No, I'm not gonna do that. See, look at that. John,
Organic.
organic.
Lemonade.
That's healthy.
Wow.
No caffeine.
What's going on there, man? Holy crap. Can't you eat anything bad for you?
How about that, Larry?
Oh, Betty Crocker, yeah.
Well, you gotta, Larry. Do you cook though? These are things you have to cook.
You know,
You bet.
actually, truthfully, no.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh,
Oh,
man.
That
Danny, thanks,
was
Danny.
good. Well, that was good.
Danny, you do know I have diabetes and I'm not allowed to have that stuff, right?
I have diabetes too.
Dear, can I get a never mind.
Do you drink?
Dan, if your wife comes across this live by mistake, she's going to be shutting your credit card off very quickly.
Probably. I've never seen a coffee that looks quite like that.
Wait, that's coffee and
Those are good. We get those at local Dollar Tree.
wait.
Oh
is
no, it's a chocolate
It's a
chip
cake.
cookie.
It's
Oh,
a
it's
cake.
cake cookie inside of a
That's
chocolate
kinda
coffee
cool.
mug. Which
Well, you cook. It's
probably
a cake. It's a
amazing
cake
with
for one.
coffee.
Those are good.
You cook it right into the mug, John?
You put in the microwave. Yeah, you pour it in, you stir it up, and you stick it in the microwave. And like in a minute or two, you got a small cake or
Okay.
brownie.
Oh,
or whatever you want.
really?
Okay.
No,
I
that
need
one I
one.
might have to go get.
If you have Dollar Trees, they have Dollar Trees. I'm loaded with them.
Oh,
I bet-
really? We
I
have
bet
Dollar
it's
Trees here.
Yeah, I bet these are $2 or $3 in this Targets.
Is it cheap? Is it cheaper than that at
There you
Dollar
go.
Tree?
Yeah, dollar a box, but if they carry it.
Oh,
So
really?
for us, John,
All
we
right.
have Dollar Trees, which is an American company, but
Yeah.
we don't always get every product that you guys get down there.
Well, this is one product you can hope they get. Do you got one on the
Dollar
island?
Tree's pretty. I frequent that quite a
Yes.
bit.
Yeah, I do too. Larry, do you have a Dollar Tree on the island?
No, we like here in Powell River, we just have a dollar store. What is it? Oh, Dollarama or something. But on the peninsula, as we were just talking about, we do have a Dollar Tree there. And over across on Vancouver Island, yes, there's Dollar Trees over there. Is that beer?
Yeah.
Oh, Coors Light. I'll take a Coors Light and Corona.
What is-
I think people will probably pass on that nowadays.
Love.
What are you
can we go
eating,
get
Keith?
a
That's
chicken
what
for
I'm trying to
Salty?
figure out.
Keith,
I think
you're
it's
eating-
chicken breast.
I know, that's what I love.
I'm a breast guy.
Me too.
Oh Lord.
Danny was
It
just
is-
showing
it
that.
is- Danny can tell you about some mountains that were named after
Yeah.
your chicken.
Oh Lord.
I'll have 2 Tetons, please.
There it is, Keith. Your M&Ms. You can
Kiss's birthday cake. Oh, my wife would love that. Kiss's birthday cake, love.
I might try that. I never had that before.
The Juma wants some Nutty Buddies.
This is still my cart, John. Just so you know, I only have those 4 items. That's it.
Okay. Najuma shouldn't have said that. Najuma, I will bring you a case of Nutty Buddies if you come on our group cruise with us.
Kenny taste tested one of these the other day too.
What are those
creations?
What is that? No. Oh, I'm very interested in that.
Is that a flavor? Oh, it's tuna. Oh, okay, tuna.
Oh gosh, no, not tuna.
It's not. It's not tuna. It's chicken.
Oh,
but it's from the same people that make the tuna.
Oh, I just made an incorrect assumption.
Hey, but look,
like, what
look
do you
at
do
this though.
It's for a sandwich.
You
probably.
just eat it.
You don't put in a sandwich.
Really? I thought you were going to
That's
try
what
to get
gets you right
some
there.
eggs, Danny.
Jeez, it's
Look at
actually
that
not cholesterol. Look at that.
Sodium, a little high for me for the salt intake.
Sodium, sodium cholesterol.
Very, very high.
But hey,
I think
if you're
you got
only
this
eating
one,
it
Kenny.
on different
That's the one
occasions,
Kenny
not a
had.
lot, then it's okay.
Okay.
I
That
see
tastes
the
pretty
Bar
good.
Jam family is watching from Barbados.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look at that
that's,
sodium.
they look yummy, actually. I would try all that.
They do look good. But like anything in those packages, are very high in salt. And
So we both bought fitness trackers here, so it's time to start getting healthy again. So I got to start eating the healthy stuff.
have you been walking at all since you got them, Larry?
No, I haven't got mine. Mine's coming Tuesday. So once I get mine Tuesday, you're going to see some videos of me out walking. Yes, and I'm actually in the middle of making sure I share my my hike. I did share my hike. I was making it into video. That's what it was. I'm going to share me getting to the peak of the mountain that I was going on a hike with.
Right. I remember you going to talk about going over there. Yeah, that's a
What's
great
that?
way to get you out doing it.
Yes. Oh, but what it is this fitness is like a motivator. They're not really exact numbers. It's all it is just saying, hey, look, I'm at 8,000 steps and I want to get to 10. Well, just work a little harder and get to 10. You know,
Right.
that's
Well,
all it
in
is.
fact, and I do the same. If I'm at a certain amount, you'll push yourself for that extra 1,000 just to reach the next plateau. So.
Right. Even though that is not exact, those numbers
Right.
aren't exact. Because I can shake my arm and get to 1,000 steps if I want to.
Right.
But it's just mentally, for me, it helps me. You know what? Hey, yeah, go that a little extra step to go a little farther and be a little bit more active instead of sitting at home doing nothing. Right?
Yeah. Do you remember which kind you got?
Uniji or whatever. It was like
See, that's one. Where is it? That's one I got. A Garmin.
Garment. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yours is much different than mine, John. I only paid $50 each for mine.
Well, that's not bad. I only got this because I needed to do stuff on the computer. I want to download it.
I can almost
And,
guarantee you, yours is much more than $50.
Yeah, it was about. I think it was about 100. I got it as a gift, but I think it was about 100.
100 American. So in my case, that would be like 150 American.
Oh, okay.
Canadian.
Yeah. I always forget about that. What the heck is he? What do they have? Look at the lines on the floor in there, in that store.
Yeah, whoever's doing the cleaning in there are
That's just light reflections.
Oh, it is.
Just from the
Okay.
light.
Say, boy, that must really screw you if you have to
No, but
follow those things.
that's really clean floors.
Violation.
Oh, you don't have that like stay 6 feet apart thing on your floors and arrows pointing which
No,
direction.
things are getting a lot more lax around here.
Yeah, and we're
Like,
going.
I don't even think it's 100% requirement to wear a mask anymore.
Wow.
You can't tell me your wife is trusting you to get washcloths.
I'm not getting them for her.
Here in Topeka, masks are optional.
For me.
I like
Yeah,
that color there.
exactly.
So,
This
John,
one, yeah, that's good.
that email that I sent you, now I understand. Do you understand when I hear you guys say all that kind of stuff and what's going on here?
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not a jealousy thing. I'm serious. This is not a jealousy. I'm happy for all you guys down there. But what's making me annoyed is that Canada is just going the opposite.
Mr. Blaine, hello. Keith, you're going to need to, if you keep eating. No, I hear you, Larry. And like I said, until this week, it sounds like now maybe Canada is starting to budge on some of that stuff, hopefully.
What do you mean?
Well, the way the guys are talking this week is that they may open up sooner and then maybe stuff happening in Canada by the end of the summer.
Yes, late August, but they're also saying it could be going longer. So there was no definite in that feeling. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like there was no sense of hope that it will, because when they said it, they made it, maybe not. Instead of saying, you know what, it's going to be this. You know what I mean? Feeling.
Right.
But yeah, then maybe not. There was like right away into the maybe not kind of feeling. So you get that feeling,
But it still is more positive than anything I've heard out of Canada.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's it though, John. Everything else is very, very strict all across the country. Like, and I understand why they do it, but it's just, as you know, and I'm just trying to deal with it positively.
Right. But what we talked about this earlier, and I think a lot it's just they're going to take their clues from the U.S. If the U.S. go a certain direction, I have a feeling they're going to start doing a lot more.
What they were mimicking here in British Columbia. Oh, that's so cute.
Little green monster.
Yeah.
What
they were talking about is that they were mimicking Sweden's. Is it Sweden or Switzerland's model, how they were doing it over there?
Who was mimicking it? The U.S.?
Canada is mimicking.
Okay, yeah.
I can't remember whatever one that was like really lax.
Yeah, I think it was Sweden. I think.
But now that's the way it was in the beginning. Now it's like, Gestapo. Let's lock everything down. You're not allowed to get on the ferries. You're not allowed to. Even all the people that had bookings for cabins and campgrounds and stuff, because it's coming into the long weekend, they had to be canceled because no long weekend till May 25th at midnight is when this restriction stops.
Right.
Because of the May long weekend coming up here in Canada. They didn't want people to go out, right? Even though people didn't have this, so they booked far in advance for their campgrounds and hotels and trips, but then they stopped it because they didn't want people coming from other provinces in.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's see. What is Blaine says when they see cruising back in the U.S., Canada will open borders so they can stop making money revenue. I do think there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, there's no reason right now, that some people are blaming Canada for not opening the ports so they can sail to Alaska. And
it wasn't Canada. It wasn't. That's not the problem. It was the actual law that was in place. What's the cruise one? What's that law?
Yeah, no, I know the one you're talking about, but it even goes beyond that. We can't send cruise ships out, so it doesn't really matter.
There's that.
It's a moot point.
But there was a lot of people saying Canada was bad for closing it in. It wasn't necessarily Canada that caused the problem. The problem was caused because you couldn't go through that. That was the problem, not because Canada closed it down. It was because the problem existed. And so Canada was just doing what they do, being overprotective, in my opinion.
Right. The Jones Act, that's the one you're looking for.
No, this isn't the Jones Act I'm talking about. The Jones Act, from what I understand, is based off of commercial, kind of like that. I can't remember the wording on it. It was the other one.
Did you see what Blaine said to me? Keith, you're gonna need the OSFAR if you keep eating.
Was that spicy chicken you were eating, Keith?
No, it was Dylan's chicken.
Oh, okay.
Dylan's is a Kroger store.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's
Danny.
Remind me if I ever go to Oklahoma and never go shopping with you.
There's a town in Washington State. In order to get to it, one of the other communities of Washington, you have to drive up into Canada and then drive back down to that.
Yeah, it's called Point Roberts. It's called Point Roberts.
Point Roberts, and they're now running low on supplies in their stores and gas stations.
Real quick,
started.
You guys know that Kenny's getting ready to go on his first cruise, right? Thanks to Sean and a lot of other awesome people. He's going to go on that cruise.
Yeah.
Since he's never been on a group cruise, no, I'm not going. But since he's never been on a cruise before, I had to make sure to tell him to watch out for these.
Oh,
the upside down.
Yeah.
That's
He
funny.
didn't quite know what an upside down pineapple meant.
Blaine, are you blaming Danny going around the store? I'm feeling stuff.
It's going to be a very big store or something there because he's covering a lot of ground. If he had a fit bid on there, can you imagine what it would read?
He's almost like he's sitting there reading every label, like a lot of women do, and deciding which product is better over the other. And
Keith, for what it's worth, buddy, the only thing in here in Target that I've actually really felt today were some melons, and that was it.
Just seeing if they're fresh. All right, Dan. That's all.
That's right.
Put those in the shirt just right, and they look like big breasts.
Jeez.
You sure they weren't Tetons, right, Danny?
Danny wasn't even going there.
Right. Keith, you're a bad influence, man.
They weren't Kimberly's either.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That
Blaine's
was from
gonna
your,
tell on me now.
That was from your buddy Blaine. What you eat. He's probably going to mental list, Larry. He's going to go back and get all the cake goods after we're gone.
Danny, what are you doing over in the makeup aisle?
Makeup aisle?
Yeah, you
I
just
wear
got the makeup aisle or whatever it was. It looked like a makeup aisle.
I got a powder room that I use before we do our live streams.
He's going to check out now.
I was running out of blush.
Look at that. All that for 4 items.
Wait. Hey, you get me a Red Bull? I want some Red Bull.
Hey, look at that self-checkout.
Danny, how much are the Red Bulls? Just curious.
I don't know. Where are they?
Right there beside you. Yeah. $6.59. Is that a 4-pack? So okay, love. $6.59 for a 4-pack.
You gonna send her out to get some?
No. I get Red Bull.
Hey John, I'm gonna check out and then I'll be right back.
Okay.
I drink one Red Bull every day, John. Really? You get it for $6 for a 4-pack? On sale, yeah. She says she gets our 6-pack for Canadian on sale.
So $1.50. Oh, Canadian money? Or is that our money?
Yeah, that's Canadian, yeah.
So what would that be? What's the exchange of that? So what would it be?
Roughly 30. Adds 30 cents to it.
30 cents? Okay, 30 cents on the dollar?
Actually, take 30 cents to it off for American. So if it's $1.30, it would be $1 for you, if you think of it that way. Kind of.
Like you're saying 30 cents per dollar or 30 cents for the whole $6?
Yeah, so our Canadian dollar to your dollar is only worth 70-something cents the last time I looked. It changes, obviously, but
right.
So if you're paying $400 for a cruise, well, it costs almost $500 for us.
Wow.
Hey guys, I can't help about thinking about women at times.
Where was that coming from? I missed that.
That's Keith.
What are you saying? What did you mean though by that, Keith?
Well, I like women, but
Really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm afraid to get into a commitment or a relationship with them.
Yeah, that'd be hard. I was divorced before, and now I'm remarried, so I understand.
That's a big step.
And besides that, I can't afford marriage on disability.
I'm on disability too, John. We're both on disability. Or Keith.
Oh,
But from what I understand, your disability is totally different than the Canadian disability.
Worse or better?
From what I understand, us in Canada, we get way better service on disability than the Americans do.
Really? That's interesting.
I'm collecting Social Security survivors benefit.
You're getting that as well. Okay, yeah.
I'm getting 70% of what my dad would have got. My dad passed away on Groundhog's Day, 1994.
Oh wow!
And he would have been 70 then. And this year, on the 28th of February, he would have been 97.
My biological father was born in 06. So he would be 115 right now, my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like once like a high school that's no longer in existence, once all their classes pass away, they no longer have a reunion. They have a memorial.
Oh wow. See, we have a survivor's benefit here in Canada, Keith, but you only the spouse gets to keep it, but the children only get it if you're working or going to school.
Here's a question for you there by Blaine.
Insurance and disability is good, but you pay for it in the end by time. You pay taxes and other services. Okay. So the way it works for me, I'm on two. They have a federal system and they have a provincial system. So the federal system would be like your 401k. So I worked all my life, so I get what they call CPP benefits up to a certain max. I get the maximum allowed in that. Then I also get topped up from a provincial program up to a certain level. But so yes, I paid into my taxes all my life, and they actually, from what I understand, they do take taxes, but I didn't see it because I just did my taxes. I didn't see it taken off, but they say it takes taxes.
Yeah.
And I paid into it all my life, right? So, but I know somebody that lives in New Orleans, I think it is. They're on disability, and they told me what they get, and it's like, wow. Like we get double of what you guys get down there on just regular disability, I guess is on.
Hey, Larry, have you ever seen a movie called Canadian Bacon?
Yeah.
With John Candy, Rhea
John
Perlman.
Candy, yes, yeah, because John Candy was a Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a where the U.S. had just got out of a Cold War with Russia. And decided that to go into Cold War against Canada, had it in our own backyard.
That's an older movie, right? It sounds familiar.
It's an old movie. John Candy's dead. He died making Wagons East.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But I do have his movie on YouTube called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where he's with
Steve Martin, right?
Steve Martin, yeah. And well, when Steve Martin goes to look for a cab, the person he races against to get the cab but loses to is Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
Kevin Bacon's listed as taxi racer in the credits.
Don't even remember him in that movie. That's funny.
And that was a
Blaine a
young
farmer?
Kevin
Sorry.
Bacon. That was a young Kevin Bacon.
Is Blaine a farmer?
I think it's to cut the lawn. He's got a big lawn.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think Danny's in the parking lot now.
Yeah.
Knows his car, yeah.
Oh, the weather looks nice there.
Let me switch my camera back. I can talk to you guys face to face now. Hey, Larry, one thing I forgot to mention about our Target, and I guess most Targets are like this. You know what we have inside Target? Starbucks.
Are you a big Starbucks fan, Larry?
He knows I'm not a Starbucks fan.
One of our Dillon stores in Topeka has a Starbucks.
We have it here in Palo River, but I drive by it all the time.
I think most of the Target
My Tim
stores
Hortons in
Starbucks in
hand,
them.
Danny.
Are you a coffee drinker, Dan?
You know what? I am now because I have to go since I am diabetic, like Larry's saying. I have to go about every 3 months.
Yeah.
For what the world?
You fall over, your car tip over? Okay.
Is there like a tornado or something? See,
They're not supposed to get tornadoes tonight. The tornado's supposed to be in my area of Kansas tonight.
I cannot imagine living with that. I'm such a deep sleeper. I'm afraid that I would sleep through a tornado and it would kill me. That would scare the heck out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is tough to deal with. I think
Because what they do is they send you a warning on your phone, right, Keith? If there's weather out there.
I've got a WWW TV 13 weather app.
Yeah.
And one thing I also like about it is I can go down to Walt Disney World and they'll let me know if there's a hurricane watch or a hurricane warning.
So I'm assuming inside of Tornado Alley, I guess, there's air raid sirens everywhere. So if you didn't have a TV turned on and your phone's not turned on, you would hear a siren, right?
Right. Well,
I would probably sleep through
the
that.
sirens are for people outside. You need a weather radio or the like the WWW 13 weather app.
Wow.
Let's see.
So you've been through tornadoes before?
The worst tornado Topeka had was back in 1966, June 8th, just 2 days before I turned 4.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You're born in 62?
I was born in 62.
I have two sisters that are twins. Were born in 62. Yeah.
Yeah, I was born on June 10th. This year I'll be 59, and on my birthday, Prince Philip would have been 100.
So your actual birthday is June 10th?
Yeah, that's
our
Prince
anniversary.
Philip. What?
That's our anniversary, June 10th, which was my mother's birthday.
And I had a cousin that just passed a while back this year. She was born on my birthday.
Yeah, you don't look 60.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys. My phone.
All good.
My phone house farted, Keith.
We thought a tornado had blown you over.
Yeah.
It's a very nice day here today.
Yeah, it looks really nice there.
But the whole question about drinking coffee, about every 3 months I have to go get my A1C and blood levels and all that checked since I am diabetic also. And they found out that I had some liver enzymes that were higher than normal.
Yeah.
And I read up on it. I studied up on it. It said one of the things that lowers the liver enzymes is drinking coffee. So I actually have started. I drink a cup of coffee every morning before I go to work now.
Dan, when were you diagnosed with diabetes?
Before I wasn't. Sorry?
How old were you when you were diagnosed? Is it recent or?
It was the December of 2019. It just came out of nowhere, John.
Okay.
I didn't have any idea I was diabetic at all.
No, because I was
I,
diagnosed also, but it was a little. 40's young, it seems, for that. But you must have in your family then a little bit.
My dad has it, type 2,
Yeah.
but it was just a freaky thing, man. I got to a point where I had to like use the restroom like every 30 minutes. And I just got sick of it. So I went into the after hours clinic and they took my blood sugar and all the meter said was high.
Really?
And they said, you need to get to the ER as soon as possible. So I did, and my blood sugar was over 700.
Wow.
Whoa.
See,
My
in
A1C
in Canada, we're different with the numbers, but I know 700.
What was the
It's high.
A1C?
My A1C was 12.
Holy shit!
That's not
So I
good, Dan.
spent that
It
night.
needs to be below 7.
Needs to be below 7. That's right.
I
Wow,
spent that night in the ICU unit, and they were giving me like insulin hourly. The next day I went home. They thought I had type 1, but I got to a point with the medicine that I take that basically right now I'm kind of border pre-diabetic, diabetic too. So it just depends on like how I take my meds and how I take care of myself and stuff like that.
What
But it's
are
out of
you
control,
taking for
but it was
yours,
just-
Danny?
Sorry?
What are you taking for yours?
Genumet.
never heard of that one.
Never heard that one.
It's a mix of metformin and whatever the other one is. It's like a combination of the two.
Oh, okay.
These are the J.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't know there was a mix.
What's
That's
the other
interesting.
med besides metformin that I take?
What is your reading right now? Do you know? Like recently?
A sec.
My last A1C was 6 something. 6.3 or something like that.
That's real good. Okay, you must have been pleased when they saw that.
So I take
That's
two
better.
metformin and Jardians.
I think it's a mix of those two is what it is.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it? Okay.
that's what I take. 2 separate pills.
Oh, you're diabetic also, John?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
That's why I was curious when he was diagnosed because mine was probably in my 40s. And of course,
That's what I just turned, John, Sunday or last Friday, 40 years old.
No,
Right.
no,
Which
no
is a
more
little
30 for
which is
you,
a little on the
Danny.
young side.
You old fart, you.
I'm an old guy now.
Hey, Danny, you know I turn 59 next month, and then
Yes, sir.
and then you know that a year from then I'll be spending my 60th birthday in Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Yes, sir.
Keith is going to take us all with him.
I can't afford it, everybody. I just only saved up for myself. I'm going to be reimbursing my cousin for my part of the trip. I got the money saved up for me.
It's going to be fun, Keith.
John, what
Hey,
do you
Larry.
take for yours?
What?
What do you take for yours, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, the same thing you just said.
Oh, metformin and Jardians?
Exactly the same. Yeah, Danny seems to have a combination too. I've never heard them as a combination. I'm going to ask my doctor about that. It'd be easier taking one pill than. Well, I got to take the metformin. I think I take twice a day.
I take both of my pills, one like the 2 in the morning and 2 at night.
Okay.
Do you guys spend a lot of money on your medicine, if you don't mind me asking?
Express Scripts brings it way down. You familiar with that? The mail order?
Ironically,
No.
Look into it.
You'll be shocked to hear how much I pay for mine.
That was probably less than it, by the way you said that.
I'll let you
I
say
was
yours,
shocked- I was
then I'll
shocked.
tell you mine, Danny.
Sorry?
I'll let you say yours, then I'll tell you mine.
Well, that means yours is free.
I get mine through Medicare Part D.
Wait, you're
So-
diabetic also?
No, I'm not
Oh.
diabetic, but
Oh.
I get my lisinopril and my fenofibrate and other medicines like my antidepressant and my antipsychotic through Medicare.
I take lisinopril also, Keith. They put me on that because my protein was high, so they gave me that lisinopril to take, the blood
It's
thinner.
amazing. I thought I was the only one that took all these medications. You guys are all like the same as me, so I don't feel so bad now.
All right, Larry. So for a 3-month supply,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
90-day supply is $5.
doctors.
For each,
Doctors.
because you're getting the combined one. That's that's unbelievable.
Doctors.
That doesn't sound right to my ear. It's like my kids say they get certain things, and it's like, how do you do that? You guys they're not even American yet. They're still working on their what do you call that? They're not illegals. What's that called?
Here you go, Larry.
$5? That doesn't. How is it possible that not? That's awesome. Like,
Do you see where I am, Larry? Look.
oh, Sonic, Sonic.
He's gonna eat in front of us too. You watch.
Now, are you allowed to
I'm
eat
not
inside?
gonna eat now.
Are you allowed to eat inside
No.
as well?
They don't
No?
even have anywhere inside you can eat.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, what's
See
this?
how it's like a car hop? Look.
Oh, wow, that's cool. You got your own little order window, and then they bring it out to you. Cool.
She's gonna
Yeah,
come
they
out
bring
with
it out.
bird and roller skates. You
Okay, let's
watch.
see what I want.
Let me get parked first.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
Some of the Sonics has a walk-up one that for people that's doing a walkout.
What do I want?
Oh, it's a good menu.
Oh, is that a Coney dog?
How can you spot
That's what
that,
they're.
Larry?
That's
I
one of
can't
the
read
things
it.
they're most famous for. Yeah.
Oh, they get a Coney dog. I'll take a Coney dog.
Then there's all their ice cream.
I like their slushes.
I need to be careful on that stuff. Although I had a milkshake yesterday from Dairy Queen.
Was the syrup, Larry?
No, it's again, it's not like we can't have anything bad. It's just you just can't have it a lot. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I said, I had a milkshake yesterday, so yeah, I have to try to sometime to be careful. I can't rely on the pills that much.
Hey, have either of you guys? I got two different links that people sent me. That there's some kind of big news that came out today on cruising.
What?
Okay.
Let's hear it. I
haven't read it yet because let me see if I can open it.
Let's see. I'm going into my newsfeed thing. Sailing.
CDC releases full guidelines for U.S. cruise resumption. I wonder if that's the thing I already read.
I think
when
that's
did that
two times done.
came out. This is what we all were
Please
talking
get
about
a number
earlier, Larry.
2 with meat and cheese only. The meal, but the fries, can you please make them bacon cheese fries?
Ooh, wow.
Were those large or medium?
Large, please.
You said you wanted bacon on them?
Yes, please. Large
yeah.
bacon cheese fries. And could I get a
Bacon
Route 44
cheese
Dr.
fry.
Pepper?
I want bacon on mine.
Okay.
Bacon cheese. Did he get a burger? I missed it. Just the fries.
Then could I please get a grilled cheese wacky pack with fries and root beer float, medium root beer float?
Wow, he's getting double meals.
Wacky pack?
Larry, that's to throw us off.
Actually, John, do you guys have a Golden Corral?
That's one of my favorite restaurants. They just opened one up when the pandemic started, so I haven't been there yet.
Oh, wow. So you like it then, huh?
I
We've
love
got
that
a
Golden
Golden
Corral.
Corral here in Topeka.
Do you have one?
And to talk about the tornado sirens, in Topeka, we have a test on our tornado sirens on a nice weather day. On Mondays at 12 noon. First Monday it's in air raid mode, and the other Mondays it's in weather mode.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
We just had a test on our emergency system on our cell phone like 2 days ago. You get a text saying this happened or that happened or whatever.
Right.
Oh, my daughter tried calling me. Oh, well, I'll talk to her in a bit.
Yeah, we got to get off here soon. It's getting a
Oh
little.
wow, 3 hours and
I
28
know.
minutes.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Well,
Actually,
let me go ahead and say, have a nice day, everybody. Take care.
Keith, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having
Good
me
to you,
on.
Keith. And remember, go Blue Jays, go.
Let's go Royals. Let's go Royals.
Take me out to the ball game.
Well, once I wait for Danny to come back so I could officially say goodbye to him, then I'll probably cut this short. Boy, I kept you on a long time, Larry. It's nice talking to you.
Don't look at it as you kept me. I love hanging out, John. I do. And like I needed this. I need to get back into. It's just all this stuff going on. It's been a little depressing here, as you can imagine. So I just want everything to get back to normal again. I'm tired of.
I hear you. Definitely hear you.
It's just sitting in the house doing nothing is really what's happening, right? You know what I mean? It's just cabin fever. I want to get out and travel, like, you know.
Well, and as silly as this might sound, use those new Fitbits you're getting as inspiration just to get you out. Little contests, let's be what we did yesterday or last week.
Well, we had Fitbits before.
Oh, you did?
We were going to the gym and everything. I actually lost 25 pounds in 3 months. Like,
good for you.
But it was based off of these Fitbits. We were using MyFitnessPal, which was showing me visually what I'm eating, right? And I stayed within a certain thing, right? So yeah.
Danny, can you hear me?
Oh, let me switch the camera back.
I want a Coney dog.
Where'd Keith go?
He left. I was just going to tell you, we were going to cut this off, but I wanted to come back so you'd know where we went.
Oh, okay.
We've been sitting on here for 3.5 hours. I figured I'd let everyone go. Did you want to, Dan? I don't think you said it before. Did you want to just say anything about something coming up with your channel for anyone that might peek into this thing?
Well, what's coming up for me next? Actually, tonight. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, but your car got blown over on the side again, but that's fine.
Yeah, on the side.
He must be driving
You guys
very
hear
well.
me?
There you go. There you go. Now you're normal.
Now you can't see me again.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Now you're
You
back
can
to
see me?
sideways.
Yeah. But now you're on your side.
He seems to like.
All right,
seems to
coming
like
up
being laying
for us. What's
there?
What?
Yeah, that's good.
Go ahead, talk, Danny.
All right.
There you go.
Well, I'm going to be the guest on the Us and More show tonight.
Oh, really? Okay.
The Us and More show tonight at, I think it's 9:00 Eastern. I'll be the guest on there.
Eastern, that's right, yeah.
And then tomorrow on our variety show, we're just gonna be talking about our weekend trip that we made last weekend to Branson.
Okay.
And then this coming Wednesday, instead of doing trivia, we're having a very special guest that I'm really excited about. We're having a channel called TPF Vids. They're a family that live and work in Branson, and they're a YouTube channel. And so we're going to be interviewing them.
Should be interesting.
So I'm really excited about that. So if you guys have any questions about Branson, or you just kind of want to know what Branson's like, ever thought about going to Branson, Missouri, tune in for that. It should be a lot of fun.
Great. Thank you, Dan. And Larry, how about you?
Nothing on the horizon for me.
Except for these pop-ups.
Just the pop-ups, and yeah, once I get the Fitbit, I'm seriously, it's mentally motivating me, and you never know, I might try to attempt this if it's nice to go up that mountain. I'm
Well, we're waiting to see that. That's great then. All right.
Yeah, I think this mountain where I'm going it does have. What's that, Danny?
I think we lost him again. Hello, Eric. I saw you just pop in. We're about to
say your food's almost here.
Oh, he's waiting for his food.
I give my Coney dog. Woo-hoo!
All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for coming up, and we'll be seeing you around.
Thanks for having me, John. Have a great day. Good
Thank
seeing you,
you,
Danny.
John.
Take care. Bye, everybody in the chat.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye
Good
bye.
to see you, Larry. You too,
now,
buddy. Bye, guys.